All right, I believe we are live. Welcome to the My Part of Town podcast show. I'm your guy, Mr. Seating Enforcer, aka Poppy Called a Bad Boy. I haven't got dressed yet, so I'm not decent to be on camera. So I'm just going to talk and get my videos started, and then we'll get into the game. Thank you guys again for watching the show. Hit like, share, subscribe, or hit dislike, or make a comment, or tell me the show sucks. I don't care, because I'm going to do this for now and forever, whether you like it or not, because this keeps me sane, and I think it's a beautiful thing. Get your creativity out. Don't just sit home watching whack-ass TV shows. They've made the same TV show for the last 50 years, guys. You're not seeing anything new. Ever. Ever. And in the movies, too, by the way. But anyway, let's get into the video. My opening video is from my Cat Poop Crazy page. It's called The Fountain of Youth. And it's a video about living a long life. So let's get that going, and we'll get the show started at right about 9:30 Pacific Standard Time. Thanks again for watching. Guys, have a great day. It's My Part of Town podcast. Ooh, also, our Philadelphia bio for the day is John Corabi. He was a musician. Also, just to give a few house notes too, we'll start the show with the news report, go over Philadelphia sports also at that time. Take a break. If I feel any editorial stuff, I'll come on. I will. If not, after that, I'm going to go into John Corabi's bio. We'll watch somebody's video, do a fair use sharing of that, and then get the fuck out of here. So thank you guys again for watching My Part of Town podcast. Let's get into the game. I'm a bad man pajama, just as fine as I can be. Yo, what's up, you guys? It's Cat Poop Crazy Carl, episode number 17. I call this one The Fountain of Youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. And that's right. I'm feeling pretty frisky today. You know, we had a real tough week as far as some things went on, so I may not be as spicy as usual. But what happened recently in modern news, if you don't know, the young man had a recent issue with the officers. It may reflect on life. And not only being in life, but living life and thriving. And I thought about the things that make me look this good at 47. So today, we're going to talk about the fountain of youth and the secrets I know to eternal life. Captain Crazy Carl, let's go. Yeah, so I always open with a basic premise of my videos to explain exactly what's going on. So, as I always tell you time after time again, I guess it's because I'm bragging a bit, I'm 47 years old. I'm 6'4", 195 pounds, six-pack, pure steel black man. Well, people are like, man, how do you do it? How do you look so good? Did you guys know that 5 or 6 years ago, I was up to 260 pounds? That's right, I was the size of an NFL linebacker. I used to be hot and tired all the time, sleepy all the time, always worn out, and I didn't know why. I thought it was just, oh, I'm getting old, you know what I mean? So I just was about to rest and getting old. Then one day, I also do music and things like that in my free time. I act, etc. I'm also a politician. But in my time, I was out and I did a show, and I went to a concert, and I did a rap show, and I was out doing my little rap, and we came out the show afterwards, and I'm walking out with my homeboy, and I'm just strolling out, you know, feeling myself. I actually had a hat similar to this one at night, strolling out, and my homeboy's like, yo, let me get a picture. Yo, this is a popping night for you. So I took a picture like, yeah, dog. I was so bloated and full. I even had like that little small, like, vagina looking thing right here. You know, you get like a little V right here from the clumpage. Yeah, I had that. And my neck, I had like a double neck I was working on, and my head looked really big, like I was Busta Rhymes stuffed into me. I was like, dude, I gotta change my whole life. Ironically, right behind that, I got very, very sick. I don't know if you guys noticed, I got these blue eyes. I wasn't born with these. I got really sick from mold poisoning because I had never seen mold. I didn't even know what it meant. I didn't know what it was. I only had heard of it. And I got really sick after that. Right at the same time, my eyes literally turned blue. I ran to the doctor. I said, Doc, I'm dying. And when Doc, I'm dying. The doctor looked at me and was like, oh, you're not dying. This is perfectly normal. I'm like, what? I'm hot? I'm fat? I'm sweaty? My eyes just turned blue randomly? No, I'm dying, right? So I leave. The doctor helps me out with whatever little basic stuff he can do. I leave. I go back home. I go to get myself together. I get back home and I hop my butt on the internet. And then I finally figured out the different things that would cleanse my system, get me back in good health. And in doing that, I figured out many things which I now deem the fountain of youth and a possible secret to eternal life. I think I want to be Methuselah when I grow up. It's my goal. Well, let's talk about it so you can be out there with me, looking good and living well, and maybe be around here longer than you expect. Captain Crazy Carl, episode 17. Let's get this eternal life going. All I need is one mic. One. Yeah. All I need is one mic. So let's talk about number one. And Capu Crazy number 17, the fountain of youth, the secret to eternal life. Item number one. And this is the clearest, most obvious item. I call it the juice of God. And that is water. I do the water dance. Boom, 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 boom. Do the water dance. Yeah, all that. Water. Now, people, they don't like water. They feel it's flavorless. They feel it's tasteless. They feel like it has no value. There's water in my juice. There's water in my soda. There's water in my fruit. Why do I need to drink water? And I'm going to tell you guys, I was one of those guys. Mr. Soda, beer, drink, alcohol, everything but water. Once I got sick, I started drinking water on a regular basis because sugar messed me up. Everything, basically almost everything I used to love to eat would make me sicker and sicker. My eyes would get worse. I would go blind for days. I mean, it was crazy, guys. But then I started drinking water. And ever since I was a kid, my family has always been drink your water. But they really didn't make it clear what it was. So I'm going to give you some understanding. Number one, this entire universe is based on water. All life around the planet only exists because of liquid water. When we look for other planets and other galaxies and far, far away in the distant parts of our universe, you know what we're looking for? Water. Nothing else. Life does not come without water. Therefore, water is life, and you should ingest that life any chance you get. Now, I'm going to tell you sometimes you say, okay, Carl, whatever, drink water, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to give you some quick tips on times that you need to drink a big old cup of water. I mean, drink so much your stomach hurts. Time number one. Some people, you sweat at night when you sleep, or you might play sports, or you might just be hanging around drinking all day. But you'll notice that your lips are really dry. Even though you've been drinking tea and drinking alcohol and doing other stuff, but your lips are really dry. It's dry for some reason. My brother and sisters, you are dehydrated at that point. Drink tons of water, your lips will settle, your body will comfort, and you will be okay. Another thing, you ever get like a weird random headache? Maybe where you're hanging out, maybe you're eating certain foods, maybe you've been doing a lot of alcohol drinking or something like that all day, but you get this headache. It's probably, sometimes you get what's called a food headache. Well, this is what I call the water headache. Sometimes when you're doing so many things, alcohols and teas and juices, a lot of these things actually sap water from our system and pull it out, even though we are ingesting liquid constantly. It's actually sucking your body dry, low key. So if you ever get like a really weird headache out of the blue, and you're just like, wow, I got this headache, I don't know what to do with it. Maybe you actually already did eat and you're not even hungry, but you're still getting a headache you just can't understand. Drink water. And I'm talking about a big old movie-sized cup of water. Like, just bang it into your stomach. I promise you, to the holiest of high, whoever that may be, your headache will go away in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Just like that. So water is the key element. Drink water as much as you can. That is the key to life. And that is a secret to life in Cat Poop Crazy 17, the fountain of youth, secrets to eternal life. Number 1, water. Let's get into another piece. There's T for two and two for T, that be the one that you and me. T for two and two for T. So let's get into part 2 of Cat Poop Crazy, episode 17, the fountain of youth, the secret to eternal life. Let's hear what item number 2 is. And item number 2 is foods that you can eat to facilitate your health. Now, I grouped these together because there are multiple items that I think are very important in your diet perspective, okay? Very, very important. Of course, the obvious vegetables, fruits, blah, 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 right? But some very important elements in part of number 2 is number 1, use olive oil. Use olive oil in your foods, use olive oil on stuff, put it on your breads, your snacks, things like that. That is your new fat. Instead of the mayonnaise and the milky and the cheese, olive oil. Olive oil is your new fat. This has many health benefits to your body. Another item, onions. I don't know why, but onions are a true trooper and soldier that assist in the growth of your bodily processes. You can look these things up and see the benefits of onions in your life. Eat onions. Another one, and these tend to always stink, garlic. Garlic is a huge health benefiting item that will get your life on right all the time. It's a great item, beneficial, has so many health benefits. I almost never catch colds because of these type of foods and tips that I'm giving you now. I haven't had one cold in the last 6 years, and it was right before COVID hit, and I was sick for like 2 weeks. And really, I just had a runny nose, and it was gone. Past that, I never get sick. I never get colds, ever. Ingest these foods. I don't know how much benefit it has, but cilantro. Something about that cilantro is helping out. It's a reason that it's in every food that a lot of traditional people from South America cook. Cilantro, another huge benefit to your health and diet. As much as you can, get those things in your food. So let's just run over them again. Oh, and the last one, spinach, 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 spinach. As a kid, I was in love with Popeye the Sailor Man. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. You know, chasing after that skinny broad, olive oil. Ironically, olive oil. Popeye chasing after that olive oil and whatnot. You know, Bluto used to give him work, but Bluto was a meat eater. He was crazy. Bluto probably dead by now, by heart attack. By 45 easy, right? But I wanted spinach as a kid. My mom was like, what little kid wants spinach? I said, Mommy, I want spinach. I don't know what it did. Now, this is previous. This is from I learned from my childhood. Spinach has made me unbelievably strong. There isn't a person I know that isn't bamboozled by how strong I am in perspective to my size. Now, I am 6'4", 195 pounds, but I don't have big muscles or anything like that, but nobody can move me around. You could be a big old 6'10", 300-pound man. Move, big boy. I'm hard. I don't know what it is. It made me hard. It made me rough. Eat spinach. So let's run on that list of things again that are positive items you need to have in your diet if you want to deal with the fountain of youth and seek eternal life. Check it out. Once again, it is olive oil, spinach, garlic, cilantro, and onions. These are hard key elements to your life and diet. So that's that right there. And that's T for 2 and Cat Poop Crazy 17. The Fountain of Youth, Secrets of Eternal Life. Is my favorite number, as it is the key to the universe. 3. That's right, so we're on number 3 of Cat Poop Crazy 17, the Fountain of Youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. And here's another secret to eternal life. Eat only natural foods. all natural, all the time, as much as you can. Now, of course, you got to have your cheat days. Enjoy your holidays with your family. Enjoy your vacations. Don't completely abandon your favorite food. The human body is such that you can get it nice and cleaned out, and then you can dump a little trash in, but you got to remember to clean it out with some of the foods and waters that I talked about earlier to get your body right, okay? All natural stuff, all types of vegetables, all types of fruit. Now, I will warn you, some fruits have a very high amount of sugar in it and can cause an issue with sugar, diabetes, and things like that too. So be aware of eating super, super sugary fruits all the time, but still, fruits, vegetables, meat. Basically, if you can't kill it or yank it off a tree or pull it out the ground, you shouldn't be eating it. And I'm not lying. Whoever put us here with that in mind. They didn't put us here with Kellogg's and Cheetos and Twinkies in mind. That stuff is killing us. It tastes great, but it's killing us, guys. Natural food only. No processed food if you can avoid it at all times. None, none, none. And we're going to talk about 2 items next, what I consider items I want you to avoid to the best of your ability because they've also been detrimental. Besides that, once again, if you can't kill it, yank it off a tree, or pull it out the ground, you shouldn't be eating it. Nuts, fruits, berries, vegetables, meats, animals, all that stuff, you can eat it. And not only can you eat this stuff, sometimes you can eat these foods as much as you like. I eat whole packs of steaks someday. I eat bowls of salads the size of trash cans. Never pick up a pound. Because it's natural. Stay natural. And that's 3, a very significant point in the process. Let's get to the next step of episode 17. I forgot what it was called. There it is. Yes. Episode 17. The Fountain of Youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. All right. Fo. Also, shout out to my Philly Eagles. We going to the bowl. I'm gonna be in Arizona in a couple weeks, wilding out, by the way. Like Daryl Dawkins. That's how we roll. That means you're gonna sweep all the way through, by the way. Anyway, we're on number 4 of Cat Food Crazy, number 17. The Fountain of Youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. 4. And let's talk about this next one, which is an item that relates to the last one. In my last part 3, I talked to you about natural foods. Well, I want to give you a few warnings about processed foods. And certain processed foods that you think are normal, average, everyday stuff that is not hurting you. So watch out for these processed foods. Processed item number 1 is milk, lactose. Guys, I want you to do something next time you go buy a bag of potato chips or a snack you want or some food you want. Flip it over. Almost every tasty type of chip and snack, even if it doesn't even say cream on it, has milk in it. You wouldn't believe how much food you eat that has milk in it. And I'm gonna tell you why milk, which is processed because it has to have something done to it before you drink it, is an issue. Number 1 is humans are the only mammal on the planet that after the young, prenatal, and infant stages drinks milk. That's why you get lactose intolerance. That's how you build up mucus in your body. That helps leading towards things like cancer and many other sicknesses you don't even realize. If you can fully cut milk out your life, I would suggest to do so. But like I said, you're a human, you have family, you have vacations, you have holidays, and sometimes you do want to treat yourself. So I always tell people, hey, if it's a special occasion, eat what you're going to eat, but get back on your routine the minute you get back home. Like I said, the human body can be cleaned out, then filled up with trash, but then it has to be cleaned out again. A lot of people they'll never clean out and they just fill with trash, then they get sick and die between 50 and 70 and they don't know why. That is one of those things. So milk and lactose, avoid it as much as possible. Cheese, anything. But like I said, if you gotta cheat, if you gotta do something, do it. I suggest if you really can't, it's hard to break it, once a week, preferably Sunday, when the Lord or the Messiah is not looking, or Allah, or whoever, Saturday, Friday, my J bros, they got 3 different days. Any of those days, pick one day a week where maybe you can cheat a little bit, but past that, spend the rest of your week staying away from that milk. Another item you need to get out of your life is bread, right? Bread. You probably think bread is good for you. You probably think those multi-grain breads and all that stuff is good for you. It is to an extent. Did you know the minute the bread hits your inside of your body, it turns directly into sugar? So when you're biting a loaf of bread, you're literally holding a block of sugar in your hand. Processed sugar at that. Now, different types of breads is a good thing, but I would tell you, use lettuce wraps. Use natural stuff to put your food in. Wrap your stuff in lettuce or something else like that. Do not use bread. Minimalize your bread intake as much as possible. Bread is making you fat. Bread is making you sick. Bread is adding bad funguses to your body that only alleviate worse things. Found this out when I had my mold issue. Bread. Stay away from it if you can. Like anything else, cut it best you can. Don't use it. But bread and milk are devastating to the human body. And it's literally taking years off your life every single day. Avoid those 2 processed items. And you know what else is in there with those processed items? Rice, pasta. I know, right? I know. Calm down. Calm down. I'm just telling you. Rice, pasta, bread, milk is killing you and it's making you fat. If you want to lose some weight, here's a tip. Here's a tip, just so you can get started, so you can know that cat poo crazy ain't so crazy. I want you to make an effort, still eat the stuff you normally eat, but stop using bread. Eat your hamburgers without the bread. Eat your sandwiches with lettuce or something else. I guarantee you, if you cut rice, bread, pasta, and preferably milk from your diet, you will drop 20 to 30 pounds in a month. Promise. That's a promise to you. Try it. I dare you. If you're overweight or heavy, cut those things. No exercise. And you will, because it's just pocketing. It's just pocketing. It's just pocketing. It's just pocketing. That's why you get that little vagina right there. That's that bread and milk pocketing on you. Cut those things out your life. You will lose weight. You will be lighter. You will be faster. You'll be cool. You might say, man, why am I sweating all the time? You won't be sweating much anymore once you cut these things out your life and drop the weight. So I want you guys to remember, those are processed foods Cat Poop Crazy Carl wants you to avoid. It makes you fat. Milk, rice, pasta, bread. It is killing us. Okay? And that's number 4 of this Cat Poop Crazy episode 17, The Fountain of Youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. Let's get to the next ones. Alright. Next up is number 4, 5, bang, boom. Number 5 in Cat Poop Crazy, The Secrets to Eternal Life, The Fountain of Youth. Let's go. So this next one right here is something we need to talk about in number 5. And this is for my people of things you might need to drink besides water, right? Ideally, drinking water is pretty much all you should drink. Of course, fruit juices, things like that are fine. Preferably natural fruit juices, not fruit drink. Fruit juices, 100% cranberry, 100% this. No drinks. Stay away from those drinks, that juice drink and the sudden drink. No, that's not juice. That's more poison and chemicals they're pumping in your body to kill you. Natural juices only. And if you can, I think the ideal scenario is water and drink tons of green tea. There are phenomenal health benefits to green tea. Not only do you have your caffeine, which is not so much, but it's okay to drink. And it's not too much so the caffeine doesn't overwhelm you. It's a good hydrator and liquefier, and it also has a lot of antioxidants. Now, I'll tell you, you'll drink a lot of tea, and you may still have to drink water afterwards because it kind of saps you. It's because it's taking everything out your body. It's kind of purifying you a bit and whatnot. Another item that I take every day is apple cider vinegar. This is something else you should drink, put in your foods, and also add to anything you can whenever you can. It basically is natural ammonia for your insides. You pretty much put it in and it just goes in and like burns up. It actually facilitates weight loss and digestion. Apple cider vinegar as often as possible. Those two things you want to drink. Now, as far as the green tea, there's even another positive reference. If you are a smoker of some kind, whatever that smoking may be, I saw a study that recently said that people who drink green tea while smoking have an 80% less chance of cancer. They said the green tea not only it lubricates the inside of your lungs, so when the smoke goes in there, it's not drying and scraping up your lungs because the green tea lubricates it. And that's why you see a lot of those classic movies with the Asian guys who smoke all the time, but they still live to 100. They drink a lot of green tea, and the green tea is protecting their lungs. 80% less chance of cancer if you smoke. So green tea, apple cider vinegar. I make my green tea with apple cider vinegar in it, and if you have to use sugar, stay away from all white processed sugars. The regular white sugar, the fake sugar, Nuvia, whatever it's called, stay away from all that crap. Only eat brown, raw sugar. And things like this. I can give this company an advertisement that I've got sugar in the raw. That's what I buy. The price of this has not changed the entire pandemic. Regular sugar has doubled. This price was the same it was 6 years ago that it is today. Raw sugar, real raw sugar is the only sugar you should be using in your life. With your green tea, with your apple cider vinegar, these are elements that you should drink and ingest that will make you a longer living, better person. And you kind of feel like, like Bruce Lee or something, like, oh, be kung fu fighting. So that's a good tip right there. So that's another one. But there's Cat Poop Crazy 17, The Fountain of Youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. Keep it raw. Número 6. Hola, primo. Yo no tengo quiero. Tú tienes muy bonita y delicioso. 6. That's right. Number 6 is the one we're talking about right now for Cat Poop 17. The Fountain of Youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. See? 6. Now let's talk about what number 6 is about, and this is another heads up. Now I consider 6 optional, personal preference. But from my experience in life, there are 2 elements that you would be surprised are healthy and good for you to do. Smoke or eat your marijuana. And even though most people would not recommend it, natural raw tobacco. These things have been in the dirt since the day that whoever made this universe made it. Nobody processed it. Stay away from them cigarettes. That's processed tobacco. You want, maybe, I'll give a shout out to American Spirits. They have the most unprocessed tobacco. And that's the kind of stuff. You want tobacco right off the leaf, right off the farm. And you want to smoke it from there. It has so many benefits you wouldn't believe it. Once you take all the filters and the garbage and the nicotine and all the extra stuff they put in it to mess it up. Tobacco can actually be a good thing for you, and smoking weed can also be a good thing for you. Plenty of health benefits. Both have strong medicinal value, and both are been here since the beginning. If you're a Christian type in the Bible, he told you every seed and plant is here for you to use. Tobacco and weed was here before we started doing anything with anything. This is a beneficial item to your life. It can make you better, and you better drink your green tea while you're smoking so you can lubricate your lungs and protect them so you can get the benefits of it without the negatives that come along with smoking and lighting things on fire. In your chest, once again, an optional recommendation. Everybody isn't a weed smoker. Everybody doesn't like tobacco. Some people are just clean people, like to, maybe at most drink a beer or something. That's perfectly fine too. But I personally believe that marijuana and tobacco have values that are enhancing my life in more ways than one. And I hope you can see that too. If not, that is okay. No need. That is not a requirement of the eternal life glory. But it is one of the secrets to the fountain of youth. Marijuana, eat it, smoke it, tobacco. Smoke it, keep it raw and natural. Not them nasty Newport cigarettes or any of those other all that stuff's killing. Tobacco. I got a story about tobacco before we go. I had a friend named Dustin, and his grandfather grew up on a tobacco farm in North Carolina back in the 40s. He was on the farm his entire life, farming his farm. He always rolled and smoked his tobacco straight off the stuff right there. Just get it right there, dry it out, and smoke it right there, right? He went to the doctor when he was 80 years old. First time to the doctor in years. He never even goes to the doctor. Just works the farm and then, but they said, hey man, you're old, you gotta go to the doctor. You've been smoking all this time, you gotta be 2 seconds off of losing a lung, right? Dustin said his grandfather went, got examined by the doctor. The doctor told him he had the lungs of a 20-year-old man. That's right, rolling tobacco straight out the dirt, on his own, nobody messing with it. The lungs of a 20-year-old man. So that's proof that tobacco is something beneficial and maybe something you want to deal with from a natural perspective. If you are a smoker type, if you're not a smoker, no need to worry. I don't know if you like edibles, but you can also eat your marijuana, which has a lot of medicinal value. The THC is for fun, but the CBDs make you better. It's pretty much we're like Wolverine, and you have to charge this body up to repair itself. And those are 2 more great tools for the secret of the fountain of youth, which is the secret to eternal life. Captain Crazy 17, numero 6. Reach out. We got a couple more people. L7 squared, number 7. Let's go. So number 7 in Capu Crazy 17, the fountain of youth, the secret to eternal life, is a very big one, and this is my number 1 life extending property. Keep the stress down. Stress kills everyone. Stress is why people get sick. Stress is why people have heart attacks. Stress is why people make bad decisions. Stress will put literal gray hairs in your head. Okay? Stress. I had a friend who almost got arrested by the cops. He ran away from the cops, came to my house. The cops was outside my door looking for him. The next day, I had a new gray hair in my head. One day. Stress is that powerful. It will aid you immediately. Now, sometimes you may have to go as far as cutting off certain family members or friends. Not getting in arguments and debates that you would normally get in. Don't be fussing with people all the time. Maybe the marijuana or the tobacco helps relieve that stress. Some people, they like to drink alcohol. Now, I used to drink a lot, but I found out that all the alcohols I was drinking was bad for me. The bourbons and the whatever else, the Hennessy's and Cavassiers and all that stuff is killing. That stuff made from berries and wheat, which is fermented, and that stuff tears you up. I eventually learned that tequila is actually the salad of alcohol. Now, as you know, tequila is a stress reliever, unless you get in a fist fight at the bar and then a couple of my Latino brothers stab you. But besides that, tequila is the number 1 thing to drink. If you are going to drink alcohol, drink tequila. It is made from the agave. It is made from a plant. All these other liquors are made from wheat or berries or sugar. All the things I told you that you pretty much shouldn't eat. Yeah, I even told you with the fruits and berries, too much of it will get you because it's the sugar. Wheat, berries, sugar, all things killing you. So be aware that when you drink all these other liquors, they're made from some stuff that's tearing you up. If you can, switch to tequila or do your weed, but keep your stress levels down. Keep them down at work, keep them down at home, keep them down in your relationships, and you will live longer, be more productive, and feel better every day. Stress, that is the one for number 7. Yes, siete. I'm on my Spanish drawing today. That's Capu Crazy, crawl number 17. I got another tip or 2 for you. Then we out of here, baby. I want you guys to live forever. The fountain of youth, Secrets to Eternal Life. Methuselah Gang. I eat your groceries, I eat your something else. I go over here and eat until I ate, and then I'm gonna be real late. 8, 8, ocho. Like ocho cinco papi, ocho baby. That's right, number 8. And in section number 8 of Cat Food Crazy 17, the fountain of youth, the secret to eternal life. 8. Let's check it out and get into it. So 8 is, I want you guys to stay mobile. One of the things that I watch with my family and my friends, once they get a little older, a little heavier, a little tired, they stop doing things. They stop walking to the store, they stop going out, they stop being active, they stop running, they stop jumping, they stop playing sports. I don't know if you've noticed those little old Asian people that's walking around at 6 o'clock in the morning, they be 100 years old, just getting it, just getting it. They got a little visor on, just getting it. This old lady just getting it, little Asian old lady, she's like, move it, black man. Little Asian lady coming through, I'm gonna be walking till I'm 175. I'm gonna tell you something. I've had severe injuries to my legs, my ankles, I have torn muscles, I've had surgery 6 times on my hip. And the only thing that has me moving and walking around and doing all this right now is I stayed active. I thought through the pain of the therapy. Even when it hurt me to walk, I walked anyway. And I walked forward. Your body is a machine. And that's the secret of what you know from Wolverine from the X-Men. Yeah, everybody can't just regenerate instantly and take a bullet and get up. But the concept of Wolverine is your body fixes itself if you give it the chance to. But you gotta let your body know, hey, I need this arm. Hey, I need this hand. If you don't use your body, if you just sit, your body does something called atrophy, where the muscles get weaker and weaker because you're not using them. And then your body doesn't feel any need to send signals to fire it up. I have lost the feeling in my entire left leg. Because I'm active, 80% of the feeling is back, and it's more coming back every day. By the way, here's a tip that you know that your body is recovering. You're gonna feel a lot of weird pain for no reason, randomly. You're healing. That's the healing. Just teaching you, keep yourself mobile, keep yourself active, keep yourself moving. This is the key to your body never stopping working. The minute you sit down every day on your butt and don't go nowhere, and you ride from the car to the house, and the house to the car, and the couch to the house, and the house to the car, and the couch, and you're never walking around nowhere, you don't walk to the store, you don't do nothing, you don't go out and run around on a regular basis, your body will give up on you, and you will find yourself in a coffin way before your time. Stay active. And that is ocho. And we got one more before we go. And Cat Poop Crazy 17, the fountain of youth, the secret to eternal life. Methuselah Gang. Monsieur, can I have my freedom? 9. Hey, baby, can I get some of that money? 9. Hey, you, can I borrow that? 9. 9. It's like we're German up in here. And I believe that's nueve in Spanish. That's right. But 9 is no in German. 9. But this is actual number 9. Nueve. For Cat Poop Crazy number 17, the fountain of youth, the secret to eternal life. And this is my final secret to eternal life and being the fountain of youth. Follow these rules. I swear to you, God. You look 20 years younger. You'll feel 50 years better every day. I'm getting younger every day. Do this. The last one, and number 9, is guys. Never, ever stop dreaming. Never, ever not have a goal that is bigger than the last thing you've accomplished. Always be looking to push for something more. Always be looking to do something better. Always be looking to make something different. Always be looking to better this planet and our lives every day. Don't just get a house and get comfortable. I got a house. Okay, that's it, I'm done. No, you get a house and then you go start a business. Then you go build something. Then you go do a painting. Then you go swim. Then you go travel. Then you go fishing. Have a dream. And don't you ever, you can be responsible, you can get a job and all that, but don't you ever stop chasing that dream. I have a family full of at least 200 wonderful people, all college educated, they're hardworking. We have no criminals in our family. There's only two of us, me and my other cousin, who have an actual dream and goal. I don't know what my father's dream is. I don't know what my mother's dream is. I don't know what my sister's dream is. They don't have any dreams. My aunts, my cousins, none of them have dreams. You know what their dream was? Get a house, make some kids, pay bills till I die. And I'm gonna tell you something, which is sad to say. Almost all of them are getting close to 70 years old, and all they talk about is when they're gonna die. And they're starting to get sick and pass out and go to the hospital and get disease. Talking themselves in the coffins because they have nothing to live for. You gotta have something to live for if you want to keep living. You can't just go about life and have no goals, no focus, no drive and purpose, and think that your body will continue to work when it has nothing to work for. All right? Keep the dream alive. Stay in dream forever, and you fight for your dream. You fight for your dream until that ground comes up and snatches you into it. Until then, you dream, you battle, and you build. And that is number 9. New wave. 9. Spracken say 9. Okay? Number 9. And Cat Poop Crazy, and that's the close for this Cat Poop Crazy 17 video. As mentioned, I wasn't so hyped this week. Also, RIP to our guy Tyree Nichols, who went through his recent issue, which wonderfully will be resolved. My condolences to his family, and be inspired by what you heard today. Test these things out. Give it a good effort. 6 days a week good, 1 day a week bad. Stick to it. I promise you, you will look better, you will feel better, and you will live and be here longer than you expect. You know what I tell people every time somebody gives me stuff? I just tell them, no worries. I'll be here when you're gone. And that's what it's all about. Methuselah Gang, Cat Poop Crazy Carl. I love you guys. Have a great week. I'm gonna keep trying to stay up on my videos. I wasn't so excited because this was kind of a depressing time around the country. So I figured I'd just do something standard, kind of calm. I guess a TED Talk of sorts. I hope you guys like my little outfit. I got like the Blues Brother Malcolm X swag going. You know, I will not come off this porch, so. You know, whatever it is. I don't know, I'm stupid. But Cat Poop Crazy Carl, I love you guys. You guys have a great day, a great week. We'll be back next week with more videos and more fun time. And I'm going to try to upload some other things. I got some podcasts I'm working on, and I'm going to be uploading those to the site also, so you guys can enjoy those podcasts that I'm doing on Twitch. I'm recording, and I'll have them here for you guys. One of those podcasts is called the My Part of Town podcast, and the other one is called Doodle Free Mondays, and I will be putting those up, putting up links, getting a link tree. And just thank you guys for watching my videos, doing what you do. And if you want to look like this one day, follow these things I told you about. And you too could be this beautiful at 47. Cat Poop Crazy Carl, guys. We're out of here. Peace. We're going to do a quick bonus video to give me a few more minutes. So I'm going to start the show right at 9:30. We're 9 minutes away. So I'm going to look up just a quick 7-minute video. Matter of fact, I'm going to play one of my stand-up sets. Yeah, it's 7 minutes long. We'll play that. Oops, 1 second.
Alright, one love to accidental chaos. I like that fucking shit. We need to go beat a nigga up after this together. I see Ron and shit. So I'm Ron Anthony, Mr. C Enforcer, aka Poppy Carter, bad boy. Like the rest of us, I drink, I smoke. If I can get it for free, I'll do some coke. You know how that goes. Shout out to my man that's from Chicago, who's out here and whatnot. Yeah, nigga, it's not really gonna work out like you think. LA is a trip. I got here and I was disappointed. Anyway, I got these things on my life called Come to Jesus moments. The most recent one is, I'm 47, I'm turning 48 soon. And even though my favorite song is Bitches Ain't Shit, and I've dated enough women to know that bitches ain't shit, I still want a wife one day. Yeah, I know. I want to impregnate one of these ape shit bitches. I don't know why, but there's this urge, right? But ever since I thought about having kids in the family, I've been watching how like the rest of y'all niggas raise kids. Y'all not doing too good, right? So I got a couple of stories about some niggas, some kids that I met. So I used to teach in school, elementary school in Philly, 1,700 kids, 85% on welfare. One niggas used to come and show me dirt on them, right? I had this one little young boy, his name was Roberto. Of course, he was Puerto Rican, he had no morals. He used to come, he was like, Mr. C, what is the titty club? I said, well, number one, Robert, you're in the first grade. We can't call it the titty club if we're going to talk about this. So I said, Robert, just call it the club. So I did actually educate a first grader on why his father and his brothers came home drunk talking about the titty club. So, parent failure number one. Stop letting your parents know you go to the titty club. Your kids, should I say. Who else? Oh, the next one. So I had a bunch of those Kappa Alpha Psi. You know them, yo-yo, you know them niggas, right? Bunch of them niggas, they get too much pussy for no reason. My dudes, they were Kappas. They actually used to like kind of mess around with each other's bitches and like shit, right? So one day we over one of the houses while one of the Kappa homies is fucking the other Kappa homie's bitch. This shit's crazy. Kappa niggas is crazy. Anyway, you know, I've been saying this. Anyway, the point is, we over the house and there's a little kid, 4 years old. I'm sitting there. He's back there messing with the kid's mom, right? And I'm sitting there with the 4-year-old kid. Me and this 4-year-old kid have a better man conversation than anybody I could talk to in this room. And I looked at him and I almost started to curse. And I was like, hell, motherfucker. And I looked at him and said, nigga, you are 4. Parental failure number 2. You guys are not doing good with these kids. I want to get one of these ain't shit bitches pregnant, but I see the kids you guys are raising, and I'm concerned. Because my kid's going to fuck your kid one day. So if you do a bad kid, my kid's got to fuck him. That's the whole point. What else is wrong? Oh, my homeboy named Trey. So he one of them dumb big dick niggas, can't read, smells bad. Women love to fuck him and have his baby, right? His name is Trey. She's like, oh my God, I want to have his baby. So one time, he my roommate, he got a bra. She pregnant with his baby, but she had a little daughter that used to come in my room and mess with the computer. In 3 days, this 3-year-old little girl went from not knowing how to use a computer to literally the 3rd day pushed me away, like, get away, I got it. 3 days, right? Number one, we probably need to kill all children because they're way smarter than us. If we want to keep this world, I'm just telling you, they're going to take us down, and they're like way more advanced than us. We're just waiting for I'm telling you, children are the real Skynet. But I want to have one, so I'm working on it. But this little girl, after we had fun, so I'm sitting there waiting, she done push me on, treat me like I'm a bitch ass nigga. She this big, I'm this big. I'm the bitch in the corner smoking a blunt, waiting for her to get done, right? So she gets done playing the game. She's happy as shit. So she's like, ah! She runs and she like jumps on my lap like she's fucking Cardi B or some shit. I'm like, yo, get the fuck off me. He's like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to sit on an old man like that. And then I thought about it. And I was like, yo, her whole ass mama in the next room has taught her that every time she likes when a man does something nice for her, you go jump on his fucking lap. Now, I don't know if that's a goddamn joke, but that's another reason why I'm not getting none of you bitches pregnant anytime soon. What else we got going here? Oh, here's another one. I used to teach in Philadelphia, elementary school. Once again, there was this young girl, her name was Yesenia. We like Yesenia, we called us the last one. Yesenia was in the 3rd grade. She had her aunt was in the 2nd grade. Once again, Yesenia was in the 3rd grade. Her aunt was in the 2nd grade. And yes, they were fucking Puerto Rican. So one day I used to give all the kids money. Hey, kids, Mr. C, give me some money. Mr. C, give me some money. Mr. C, I'll give all the change. I broke your shit anyway, right? I save my weed money though. Fuck them little niggas, right? But I'm giving her money. She's like, Mr. C, why don't you got no more motherfucking money? And I'm like, well, baby, they don't pay us a lot, and I give all you guys money. I got more. She said, well, Mr. C, this is a third grader. She said, Mr. C, why don't you have more kids? Because the city gives you more money for every kid you have. A third grader in Philadelphia told me that. Now, I don't know if any of this shit I told you guys are funny tonight, but I want you guys to go out there and be fucking proud. And I'm Mr. Cedar Force, a Poppy called the bad boy. Check out my new song. It's called Paging Dr. Umar about natural women rock fuck surgery. Let's get out of here.
Alright, and I think, oh, I got my damn fan on. Turn that off for sound quality purposes. Get that organized. One little look here. I think my angles are all pretty good. I might get a little more height here on the camera. Maybe. Well, I am going to sit back sometimes, so I think that's good. You know what I hate about it? The camera would be adjusting. I wonder how I can keep the camera from auto adjusting like that. Anyway, fuck it, right? I think the TV is fucking it up. Let me see if I can turn the TV to like a dim setting. But this is my Part of Town podcast show. And I don't feel like figuring that shit out right now. That's too much to figure out right now. But anyway, fuck it. Who gives a fuck, right? I'm a Seaton Force, aka Poppy called a bad boy. This show is a show based on the Philadelphia concept of a song called My Part of Town, yeah, by the Get Tough crew. Unfortunately, I can't play it because it always gets copyright stricken, but it's a great track. And the beat pretty much goes, you bad. So it's pretty cool when you like it. But yeah, classic song, My Part of Town. Yeah. But basically, we're going to get into the show. I normally open the show with my news segment called My Part of Town News. I go through Philadelphia news stories, talk about it, make commentary, my little jokes, whatever the hell I'm going to say. Blah, bloggity, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll get into the also sports. Actually, we'll do sports first and then regular news. So we'll do some fun, then something serious. Actually, no, we'll start with serious, then fun, then serious. Because I believe the Philly bio, John Karabi, is a life story. I guess you can consider that serious. So we're just going to go ahead and go with the news first from Philadelphia. I'm going to play some just background music for a second while I get myself organized. And I really got to get my audio right, but whatever. We'll deal with that later. Let's get this background music running right quick. Turn it down. Don't want to make it bump too damn loud, right? Just enough so people can hear it. Mute myself for a second. Sorry taking so long to get organized. I just gotta do my little thing here until one day I have an assistant. Get a different pattern going, but we build while we fly. So I used to have a lot of guests for times like this. All right, but I think I'm organized enough to do my little news segment now. Get that bad boy up here. Hit the share button, asshole. Yeah, I must admit I do like StreamYards and Streamlabs, whatever this fucking shit is called. It works pretty good. But all right. So let's see what we got here. So welcome to our segment number 1 of the show, Noodle Free News. I don't know why I called it that. It's actually my part of town news, but I like the sound of Noodle Free News. It sounds dope anyway. Fuck it. We're going to call it a carryover from the one main show. So maybe Noodle Free News is going to be on each show because I think it just sounds funny. Nah, this should be my part of town news. I should change it. Nah, fuck it for right now. Who gives a fuck, right? You know what? I'll change it on the banner. That's what I'll do. And that way I only gotta change it, fix it once. All right, there we go. You know, I'm trying to get my fair use game down. MPOTP. Okay, there we go. That's better. All right, let's see what's going on here. So we got a story already popping off here. Need something to drink too. Let's get this one going. So of course somebody's wilding already out in North Philly. Some dude who stole a gun. I think my headphones came unplugged. My headphones came unplugged. Anyway, guy stole a gun, used to shoot a Philadelphia officer, take it into custody. Let's check it out. There's also a national story about some immigrants jumping New York cops. That shit was crazy, but maybe we'll come across it, maybe not. Let's check this one out, see what they got to say. Thank you to NBC News Philadelphia for sponsoring, but not sponsoring
to an update
this
on the deadly corner
segment.
store shooting in North Philadelphia last Friday. The search is over for the man police say took a gun used to shoot a Philadelphia police officer in that incident. Officials say 42-year-old Jose Quinones Mendez is now in custody. You see him there. He was arrested just before 7 o'clock tonight. Police were searching for Quinones Mendez after he was caught on surveillance footage taking the gun. 28-year-old Alexander Spencer was killed in the shooting at Masher and Cambria Streets in North Philly. The officer has since been released from the hospital.
Julia Roberts is sending her love to her husband.
I was running to try to get me something to drink right quick. The damn video wants so fucking quick. Run it back. I ain't hear that shit. Let me run that shit back. Oh, I'm fucking everything up. We're gonna play it again because I want to hear this again.
To an update in the deadly corner store shooting in North Philadelphia last Friday, the search is over for the man police say took a gun used to shoot a Philadelphia police officer in that incident. Officials say 42-year-old Jose Quinones Mendez is now in custody. You see him there. He was arrested just before 7 o'clock tonight. Police were searching for Quinones Mendez after he was caught on surveillance footage taking the gun. 28-year-old Alexander Spencer was killed in the shooting at Masher and Cambria Streets in North Philly. The officer has since been released from the hospital.
That's nice. Okay, good. That's one thing. Caught the bad guy. That's always a positive situation. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn other stupid story. Matter of fact, since I'm using the little windows, I'm gonna make this big and make myself small. And let's see here. Let's see if there's another story. Man accused of killing father, posting decapitated head on YouTube. Jesus fucking Christ. Bucks County, what the hell's going on? Let's check it out. The fuck, man. Jesus Christ, come on, man. Jesus, fuck. Tell us about it.
Jackie, tonight, Justin Moan is facing several charges, including first-degree murder and abuse of a corpse. The police chief here called this murder and that gruesome YouTube video horrible and tragic. A quiet scene on Upper Orchard Drive in Levittown today. A stark contrast from the night before, when police tape hung outside the home where officers found Michael Moan dead. with his head removed from his body.
I am very sad for the family. I'm very sad for the community.
Middletown Township Police Chief Joseph Bartarillo says his officers were called here before 7 o'clock after Moan's wife found him inside. According to the criminal complaint, she told officers she returned home to find their front door unlocked, a car missing, and their son, Justin Moan, nowhere to be found.
First, there was panic because they think someone's on the loose, who just decapitated his father.
Investigators quickly learned of a video that 32-year-old Justin Moan posted to YouTube. In that video, he reportedly goes on a political rant, spewing conspiracy theories, and at one point picks up the decapitated head of his father.
Makes you aware of, the issues that are prevalent in our society.
Police tracked Justin Moan's cell phone location. Later that night, it pinged more than 100 miles away in Fort Indian Town Gap, Pennsylvania. Officials confirmed he gained access to a National Guard base there by hopping a fence. They say he was armed, but arrested with no problems.
The resolution from the commission of the crime to when he was taken into custody was rather quickly, and that kind of allays the community's fears that, there's not an immediate threat to them.
Still a lot of questions in this case. The Bucks County DA's office says they might be holding a news conference later this week. In the meantime, Moan is being held without bail. We have more details on this story at our NBC 10 app.
Damn. I mean, look, okay. Now, I had a weird joke because I do stand-up comedy on the side. One of my jokes was about how when you go home for Christmas, you're so mad at your family, you might lose your mind. But did you notice coming off of the holidays, always around holidays, people get in these stressful times, there's bad memories, all kind of things. And they get in these crazy incidents where they take their parents out. Guys, if anybody's listening to this, considering never doing anything to themselves or anyone else, it's not worth it, man. Go live your life. Be free. Play video games, dude. Smoke some weed. Masturbate, bro. Go to Thailand or something. I don't know. Go to Mexico. I don't know. Go to Belize. But don't kill your dad and decapitate his head and throw it up on YouTube. Jesus Christ. No, we are against that at Cat Poop Crazy. I am Cat Poop Crazy. But there's no chopping at the head, putting it on. Hey, I got this one right here. I got a head right here. I got a head right here. Right here. Got a head. The fuck, nigga? What is wrong with you? But, he, I don't know, he probably was white, or Latino, like the Menendez brothers. I'm being racist. No, I'm not. Niggas ain't cutting nobody's head off. We shoot heads off. I don't know what's worse. What's the next story? 3 men arrested in connection with a deadly shooting in Norristown, police say. Let's check it out. Do they have a video? I love it when they have a video because it saves me having to run
Authorities
like crap.
say they have captured 3
She's
men wanted in connection
man,
with
I want to
the
run
murder
something
and
up the middle of her
robbery
shirt.
in
I'll tell you that. Hey, watch out.
Marshal Service says they arrested Damon Brantley, Daquan Allen, and Jerry Butler in New York tonight. The men are facing charges related to the murder of William Carter, January 20th. Carter was found dead on the sidewalk along Westwood Street. Investigators say the men were caught on surveillance video getting out of an SUV, then robbing and shooting the victim. All 3 are expected to be sent back to Pennsylvania to face charges.
Let me tell you something about these new crimes, and a credit to
sending her love to her
they stay talking about these motherfuckers. Let me talk about that. One of my favorite YouTubers, he is a Philly guy. His name is George Macon. He runs a program called Urban Nerds, Not Urban Shooters. Great program. If you're in Philadelphia, you want to donate to somebody working with the kids, check out Urban Nerds, a great group, and donate to them if you can. But basically what happened there, let me just pop or stop real quick, give it a little more filter space. But yeah, George has said something that was obvious that I think a lot of people don't say. So I'm going to repeat it and I'm going to give him credit for the idea. George Macon had said, kids, all that street crime shit is done. There are cameras everywhere. Every person has one. Every building has one. There are some on post on street lights. There are drones in the sky. If you go somewhere, they will catch you leaving. They will catch you coming back. They will catch you getting in your car. They will catch you getting out your car. They will catch you buying all the weapons. They will catch you buying all the tape, the guns. They will catch you. You better get in the cybercrime, little nigga. Because all that running up on people in the public, that shit is done. This Minority Report out this bitch now. It's motherfucking, what's the shit with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes? You remember when they was fighting? You too. And they were like Asian men who fought and killed. Nobody had been killed in 100 years. Because everything is under monitoring. It's funny farce. Yo, you can't even smoke cigarettes, my nigga. Like, do you know right now, they got little sensors to detect gas, which can detect other odors. One day, there's going to be sensors outside, in drones outside, in police cars outside that can pick up the smell of weed and then triangulate it and get you on camera smoking. And then mail you a fucking ticket after they face recognize you. Yeah. Imagine going to court for that. The face recognition, it got it wrong. It wasn't me smoking weed. It's like, nigga, it says Carl Anthony Sr. on your jacket, nigga. What are you doing? It was you. Ain't that your daddy coat? Yes. Yeah, okay. Oh, well, I think that got stolen. Sir, you're wearing it today. Shit. Fuck. You're wearing it today. That backfired. Oh, well. Anyway, these are the things that happen when you're an idiot. But yeah, guys, that's going to happen one day, so get ready for that situation. Your guide to the 2024 Blue Street Run. Now, this is a positive story from Philadelphia. If you don't know, Philadelphia has a lot of great events. The Core States Bicycle Race. They have a Broad Street Run where we're going to run from top to bottom of Broad Street. So let's check it out.
Blue Cross Broad Street Run.
Yeah, the lottery opens tonight at midnight, and runners can enter the lottery for a chance to compete in the race, which is in May this year. There are a lot of changes this year, and you can find everything you need in our race guide. We posted it at NBC10.com, on our NBC10 app as well. And you can watch the race right here on NBC10.
Nice. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Of course, here in LA, they got similar things going on too.
Julia Roberts is sending her
The
love to
Bike
her
LA,
husband,
Walk
Daniel,
LA,
on
blah, blah, blah. But they are really obsessed with this Julia, let me tell you something. Julia Roberts is kind of busted out, this motherfucker.
Wednesday.
She was fine when she was young, and she was kind of busted back then. Oh, look at all dorky and a pretty woman. But she kind of busted now. Julia Roberts, I don't know. It looked like Scully Roberts. Like, okay, Skeletor, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, nigga? Anyway, I'm not talking shit. I'm just talking shit. But let's see what else we got going on in regular Philadelphia news. House passes bill to expand child tax credit. Don't give a fuck. Local mom starts homeless clothing donation organization to honor her late son. That's beautiful. Travis Kelce, fuck him. Bucks County computer-aided emergency dispatch system. Fuck that. Philly police officer shot in hand. Bullet ricocheted off bulletproof vest. Okay, this shit sounds wild. Let's check this out. So some guy got shot in his hand. Let's check it out.
Tracy and Johnny, there is some good news tonight about that officer. The police commissioner says he has already been released and is going to be fine. That vest you mentioned, though, a fairly recent addition, adding what may have been a critical layer of protection.
This is the second time since I put my hand on the Bible to be sworn in as mayor of this city that we have gathered at a hospital emergency room for a shooting of a Philadelphia police officer. And I just want to pause for a moment about that.
Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker now nearing a month on the job. This morning, updating the city on the second police officer shot in the line of duty. Both happening in the past week, the latest one hit in the hand while serving a search warrant in North Philadelphia.
As someone who spent 15 years in narcotics, it is one of the most dangerous operations to execute is doing search warrants on a property. You are always at a disadvantage when you go into those properties because you do not know what's on the other side.
Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel describing this morning's incident.
While making that breach into the first door and moving to the second door, I shot and fired. The officer takes one shot to his ballistic vest, hitting the right side. We believe that ricocheted and struck his hand.
Bethel said at that point, officers backed out and did not fire their weapons. He also said an equipment upgrade about 7 months ago helped protect the officer.
They were able to get enhanced ballistic vests to go over top of their vests, as well as ballistic helmets. We believe that played a significant role in that process.
That's beautiful.
You can see the vest nicked
Protect
here in this
the
photo
officers.
provided
Guys, we
by
should
the police
black people
department.
become cops, by the
This
way.
shooting is the second injuring an officer in the past 5 days.
This is another reminder of the senseless And
This
all
broad's
too
hair looks
present
ridiculous.
gun
Is that our mayor?
here in the city of Philadelphia.
Oh shit, this our mayor.
No matter how frustrating these two incidents that we've experienced,
I don't be home no
thus
more. I only
far,
go home to visit and come
there
right
is
the fuck back.
nothing
I
that
don't
will
think I'm gonna
get
do
in
that
the
much
way
more.
of us all working together as a team to make our city safe.
That's good.
Now,
Good
police have
equipment
said
for
that
the
they
officers.
took two
That's
people
dope.
into custody. We are not aware tonight that any charges have been filed. Live in the newsroom, I'm Lauren Make, NBC 10 News.
That's dope. Oh, that's dope. He got shot in the hand, but he survived, and it was a great equipment upgrade. Now, I will say this is the one thing that I'll let the politicians slide through. And I'm glad I turned the TV off. That was fucking up my lighting. I got to remember to leave the TV off from now on. It looks great now. God damn, it looks good. But anyway, oh yes, but you know how people say defund the police? Well, if let's say you did defund the Philadelphia police, that guy right there would have not have had his super ballistic vest on, and the bullet may have gone through the other vest, depending if it was armor piercing or not, and killed him or injured him. Now he did get hit in the hand. Still, fuck, that's just shitty luck, right? But the point is, it bounced off. Like he's fucking Superman. Like that's kind of scary. Like, yo, super cop. Imagine when a cop like that is a robot. Get me started on that shit, my nigga. But let's see what else they got here in the stories. Could these be Philly City? What the fuck is this? Oh my God. Yo, wait. Okay. I want to see this. Oh, okay. So it looks like they're going to be unveiling some new jerseys that the Phillies have. Let me give some commercial props. I like letting the commercial play. I like letting the commercial play. Hey.
I think you're going to do great, Dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Well, you know, fuck that shit. I don't be reading shit, my nigga. Yeah, he gonna go there and start drinking immediately. He ain't going to school to learn shit. He going to drink, nigga.
Harper has missed large chunks of the last 2 seasons. Let's be frank, Ricky. Over a month in 2023 recovering from Tommy John surgery. And
Tommy John surgery. That is a baseball
injury. Will it be
injury.
having Harper in the lineup for a full season?
I mean, Tommy John must have been the fucking man, whoever he was. It must have ruined his fucking
when you
career.
Look at Bryce Harper, you
all
think
surgeries
of
are named after
That's the
him.
first thing you think of when you think of a guy like Bryce Harper. Can he get back to that? Yeah, I do believe so. I mean, it's all about staying healthy. You said he's had a lot of injuries in the last few years, and when that happens,
It's crazy. All
you
they
know
doing
what?
is
You're
swinging
never
the bat
playing at
and
100%.
catching and
Now
throwing
you're
balls.
talking about a full off
And yet
season
you
where you
getting
didn't have to
injured.
worry about any
But I guess he's
surgeries.
swinging it hard. I
You
mean, the
go
ball is
home,
coming
you
100
relax,
miles an
you
hour.
get your head straight.
So,
you come
let me
back,
shut
and
the
he's
fuck
going to
up,
be
man.
100%. Think about this, Bryce Harper at 100%. I'm looking for a 40 home run season out of Bryce Harper this year. I don't think it's unfair to ask, because when you look at him, he hit 15 last year. He was coming off of surgery after surgery. He's wearing big things on his arm. That's not the easiest thing to do in the world. That's changing a lot of things. That's having a lot of added things on your body when you're playing. I think it's going to be a little different this year. I think he starts off hot and finishes hot this year.
All right. Well, there you go. Bryce Harper. Props to him. All right. What time is it? 8 more minutes. Then we're going to switch over to just flat out sports. Let's see what else we got going here. 3 men arrested. Killing biggest star. Oh, yeah. They got Groundhog Day. I forgot about Groundhog Day. Let me check this out. So, oh, yeah. Let's check it out. Oh, I got to pause it. So they did Groundhog Day already, which is where they predict how long or short winter's going to be. And, you know, animals know more than humans do. So let's see what Punxsutawney Phil had to say.
Phil.
They throw that nigga out the hole and shit. Phil like, man, I ain't even do shit.
Punxsutawney Phil, ladies and gentlemen.
Punxsutawney Phil. They probably had 75 Punxsutawney Phils. You know that, right? Like, at least 75 of them. Like, one dies like every year. Like, man, boy, these motherfuckers last 3 weeks. Bitch. Saw a shadow. Y'all don't know.
But above all else, I see a shadow on my stage. And so, no matter how you measure, it's 6 more weeks of winter weather.
I think our state is crazy. We're like, let the groundhog tell us what the hell's going on. I don't give a goddamn what that getting them weatherman gonna say. The groundhog knows better.
Julia Roberts is sending her love to
Man,
her
they keep
husband,
talking about this
Daniel.
bitch Julia Roberts like she just is the bee's fucking knees. Like, ho. Like, get off her dick. The fuck, my nigga. Anyway. Let's see here. I got distracted talking shit. Let's see what else you got. Oh my God, I live in Mount Airy. This is near actually my mom's house. My mom lives. East Mount Airy is actually a nice neighborhood. Oh, let's see this story right here. This is a big deal. There's no film, but I'm gonna read this because this is near the neighborhood where my mom lives. My mom lives in Mount Airy. That's the neighborhood I'm from. A 53-year-old man. I am 48. I was gonna be 49 this year. This guy was a senior in high school when I was a freshman. Shit. I could have even went to school with this man. Let's see what they say. 53-year-old man was found dead on the porch of a home along Sydney Street after he had been stabbed multiple times Wednesday morning. Police in Philadelphia are investigating after a man was found stabbed to death on a porch of a home in the East Mount Airy neighborhood on a Wednesday morning. According to police officers responded to the 900 block of Sydney Street at about 6:45 a.m. to find a 53-year-old man who police have not yet provided identifying information on, laying on the front porch of his home. First responders discovered the man had been stabbed multiple times in his left arm, and at about 7:29 a.m., the victim was pronounced at the scene. Damn, so when so 45 minutes and they couldn't get nobody there to pick him up after 45 minutes. That's crazy. Law enforcement officials said that there had been no arrest and no weapons have been recovered in the incident. However, an investigation is ongoing. That sounds like some home, like his wife stabbed him shit. Yeah, that's all they got to say about it. I think his wife might have stabbed his ass. East Mount Airy is a nice neighborhood, guys. I mean, like, it's like basically in Philadelphia, I live in the northwest part. It's called Uptown. And basically, you got Germantown and Mount Airy and West Oak Lane and East Oak Lane and Wadsworth and all that. But once you get past that, you get to East Mount Airy and Cheltenham. And Cheltenham is basically the beginning of the suburbs. And before that, it's East Mount Airy, which I call the transfer, where it goes from looking like regular or city kind of look everywhere to it starts to go to this kind of almost suburban. The houses are really big, really spaced apart. And whatnot, you know what I mean? Like, it just everything is a lot more grass and a lot more spread out, and things get a little, and then boom, then you're in the suburbs, the next neighborhood. So that's where that happened at, which is I don't know if that's a crime or that sounds like there was a home, a domestic violence incident. Being that they've said nothing, I think the wife might be under investigation. Somebody in that house is under investigation. Let's see what else they got to say. 3 more minutes of this. Students learn about with the power of prayer through a man's miraculous recovery. I went to Catholic schools, but fuck that weird story. We're not praying for life. I just gave you the secrets to eternal. By the way, it is 38 degrees in Philadelphia right now. The lowest it will be is 33, which is below freezing. And tomorrow, the warm average on a partly sunny day is going to be 50 degrees. Let's see what the forecast is going to be to finish out. And this is how we'll finish out the news. And I'm going to do the forecast, I think, from now on, by the way. Let's see what these motherfuckers got to say. Oh, do they have one right here?
And we noticed, too, the
sun
good.
He's going to
is
talk.
staying out
Let's check it out.
later.
Let's see what he has to say.
Brighter, longer, right? Still a little brightness in the sky at around like 5:30, 5:45. And that's because now our sun angle is increasing. So if it were to snow, it's going to be harder for that snow to stick around here on the ground because now with the higher sun angle, which rapidly increases throughout the month of February, you get a more direct sun over top of the ground. And that actually can make the pavement warm to as much as 80 degrees, despite how cold it could be outside because of all that solar radiation coming in. The snowfall rates need to be heavier for the snow to stick because eventually, with this type of sun angle, you're left with the puddle down there. So a little bit of positive news if you're not a fan of winter. I myself am quite a big fan of winter, but we We haven't had much snow, and I don't see any in the forecast over the next 10 days. I'll share that with you in just a second. Drop off at the bus stop for tomorrow. It's going to be chilly, but the one thing we have that we haven't had in days is going to be some sunshine. 36 degrees. In the morning, we go to pick up from the bus stop, 49. So very mild going into the afternoon. Still partly cloudy at that time. I'd say a few more clouds around the afternoon, but still very pleasant. Let's go hour by hour here into your morning commute. This is 5:30 a.m. Waking up to just about the freezing mark or so in Philly. You'll have a partly cloudy and mostly cloudy sky, but as the day goes on, we do strip away some of those clouds. It looks like about I-78 points south see the most sunshine throughout the day on Thursday. If you're in the Lehigh Valley, clouds are going to hang tough. This is 12:30, 46 in Philly. By the time we get into the afternoon, 2:33, many spots close to 50 degrees, including Wilmington, Millville, Dover, and Philly itself. A little bit cooler for the Lehigh Valley where the clouds do stick around. A cold front comes through late on Thursday night, really going into Friday morning. This is your morning commute on Friday, 6 a.m. There is some rain around. It's really short-lived, moisture-starved, so it's in and out of here very quickly. We go into your Friday afternoon. It does shape up to be a better forecast. 50 in Philly for your Thursday. Partly cloudy skies. The Lehigh Valley at 46 degrees. Jersey Shore's got 47, 50 in Delaware. The Burbs at 49. South Jersey about 51, so a mild day. Probably the nicest day out of the next 10. I would take advantage of it and get outdoors. Mild trend February 6th through the 10th, and that includes our neck of the woods, although perhaps not as warm as we have been over the last few weeks here. We've been trending above average overall. 10-day forecast. So you got the sunshine's beautiful on Thursday, a high of 50. A few more clouds roll in the afternoon as this cold front approaches. Groundhog Day Friday. Well, got a lot of clouds and some morning showers. They're in and out very quickly, then breezy in the afternoon, a high of 46. Great weekend. First weekend where both days are fantastic in a long time. Saturday, 46, mostly sunny. Even better for Sunday, knocking on 50 or so. 48 degrees and mostly sunny. Monday, colder, still sunny, and a tranquil week next week as we moderate to the 50s by the tail end of our 10-day forecast. So, Jackie, no snow.
Yo, he is so happy. Oh, my God. 50 degrees, 46.
All right, very good.
Perfect weekend, 48. No shirt, baby. Oh, beautiful day in Philadelphia. Well, there you go. And that's our news. And we're going to call that the first portion of our show. We're going to take a break right here. I'm going to come back and do a sports review of Philadelphia sports. Also from sponsored but not sponsored by Yahoo Sports. I'm going to play a break video because why not? You know what I mean? Let's see what we got here. Play something in between. We'll play a skip bag video. We'll play one of the ones where we're doing the little interview things. See if one is. We'll pick one. Let's see if we got something 15 minutes long over here. Oh, we'll do let's see. I'll watch this one.
Come from the road of being in stand-up. I mean, I know there's more working comics and like touring and like people who are getting up on stage and doing the grind out on a more regular basis than me, but I've done enough to understand what it takes and what that lifestyle is like. And I think, you know, you have to go through that. Like, there's going to be moments in your performance career, whether it's stand up or you're a singer or a dancer or an actor or whatever you're doing for like stage performance aspect, that you're going to have to rise to the occasion. Like, you're going to see a threshold. And then if you overcome that obstacle, you become talented enough to deliver on a different echelon, if that makes sense. It's like going from doing a club to a theater, or going from doing a roast battle to a club and getting spots, or doing an open mic to actually getting a paid gig. You know, like, there's different tiers. And once you do that, you kind of like, all right, maybe I'll have to go back to this to like work out material and stuff. But at the end of the day, it's like, now I see myself as here.
Yeah.
And like it's there and moving up. There's no like regressing. Like I'm not gonna like do this in mentality and then like just go back to working, you know, fucking eight nights or 8 sets of the 7-day week into open mics. And by the way, the open mic scene in LA.
Whew.
Yeah.
I tell you. My first time doing stand-up in LA when I moved out here was on the back of a sailboat in Marina Del Rey.
That sounds nice.
It was
super nice. What are you complaining about?
I'm not complaining. That my contrast is the second time I did it was at the Lexington in downtown.
Yes, that's why where I live.
Yeah, and like that bitch was like 3 people in the audience. 2 of them were on fucking meth. And
Were they performing?
Yes.
Of course, they were there for the open mic.
I performed for the other open micers, and that's what happens most of the time when you're in anywhere doing an open mic, but definitely in LA because like the open mics are like really oversaturated.
Yeah.
Because this is where the market
And you
is.
definitely see a lot of scenes like that in Crashing also, where the crowd's so sparse and it's literally just comedians listening to other comedians' jokes. It's just like...
And they all hate each other.
Oh, they
a
never.
little
Comedians
bit.
never laugh. Comedians never laugh.
Never
They just kind of just stare at the other motherfucker like.
Yeah.
A real comedian won't laugh. He'll just be like, that's
And if
funny.
they're writing, like, they're ready to steal your jokes, they'll take some notes too, maybe film it.
Oh, yeah. They have their idea books.
Idea books.
All right.
Someone else's idea book.
Yeah.
See, and that's the problem. Well, I don't know. What I've tried to do when I write stand up is make it so unique and personal to me that no one can steal it. And 2 of my big plot themes in my set, I have a good solid 20, 30. And 2 of the big plot points is A, that I have hemophilia, and B, that I'm blind in one eye. So nobody else can go up there and do a hemophilia or a blind in one eye joke. Because like, who the fuck, like if that person's out there, I'm going to come whoop your ass. Like, what the fuck? Like you're clearly stealing. Like there's no, oh, I just heard it somewhere, maybe confusion bullshit. Like, no, that is cut and dry theft. And which actually makes me comfortable to do it wherever because I can go up and do like an open mic at Potluck at the store, and I can be like, oh, Mencia can sit in the back all he wants, but ain't no way he's going to steal a whole hemophiliac joke. Like, at this point, you know, or whoever. I just inserted that because everyone knows.
Or Schumer or Hart.
No. Or Williams, but he did. How about Brody, man? Let's give a shout out real quick.
Oh, yes. R.I.P. to Brody. Brody Stevens.
Brody's my friend.
If you didn't know, Carl is on the Ding Dong Show every Monday night at the Comedy Store with Tom Paris. So Brody would come and be on the 2 times a month at least.
A couple times a month. Yeah, he come through.
And but a great presence, a great light.
Yeah.
Love friend.
Yeah, he was a good man. He was one of those guys that kind of made me believe that like a good man could make it in Hollywood because he's a nice guy. He wasn't an asshole. He seemed to be nice to everybody around him. He seemed to be willing to, he didn't have like that hierarchy thing where I'm bigger than you or I'm smaller than you. He was like, I've been coming there for years, and he's one of the few people that's always like spoken or supposed to socialize. You know, like some other guys, you know, they get kind of. But him, he was like, I call him a light that was knocked out by the dark. You know what I mean? Because he's one of the shining lights in Hollywood. It's a sad thing to see him go.
You know who he was neighbors with? Our friend of the show, Bert.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he lived like 2 doors down from Kreischer.
Oh shit!
Kreischer's from my hometown, and our families knew each other, and that's why we talked with him at Clusterfest. Shout out, Bert, we love you. But yeah, and like I noticed, I didn't realize that until this past week when they were posting a bunch of past videos and stuff. Yeah. And Bert was like, "Look, I used to walk outside my house, and Brody would be sitting there in a bathrobe, and we would fuck with our gardener on the street, like that whoever's like out and walking down the street, and just be like, you know, Bert is so crazy on his social media, like motherfucker lives on Instagram story. I don't know how he gets anything done in his life. I would never want to be his son or daughter. Right. I love you, bro, but come on, that's a little intense for me. But yeah, it was so funny to see like Brody just being his funny everyday self, no matter whether he was on stage or whether he was across the street from you living in real life and stuff. So I think that was cool. Yeah. It was cool to see all that stuff, and definitely the mad love. And if you want to support or give a shout out, if you're in LA area this week, is the live the tribute is on Tuesday or Wednesday night at the store in the main room.
Yep.
For Brody Stevens. We got a bunch of really excellent headliners coming through. Sam Tripoli's putting it on, so shout out Sam. But yeah, other than that,
and just to speak on that also, depression, everybody. If you know somebody that's down or that's up or they seem a little off or they just seem a little something, just say something to them to keep them up. Let them know you're there, because one of the things I see, because he moved on for aggressive reasons, shall we say, and he said they recently came off his meds and things like that, and we all know a lot of people like that. I have 2 or 3 rappers I record like that. I know other friends like that, and you just want to pay attention to people, you know what I mean? Even if somebody you think, oh, he's okay, he's fine. Like, give him that extra thing. We have a fan that comes to the Comedy Store now named Anthony. Same situation, super depressed kid, on the edge and whatnot. And you always want to just make sure you have a voice for them to come back to, so they have a place they feel to reach. Because I feel like people feel like they're so alone, when they're depressed and they move on and stuff like that. And I feel like they feel like they don't have anybody to reach out to. And so anybody, you ever got somebody that seems a little down, a little weird, let them.
That can happen in like big cities like LA and New York. Like there's so many fucking people that you still feel completely isolated.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like different if you're in like the country and there's nobody around, obviously you're going to feel isolated. You got to fucking drive like 5 miles to get to your neighbor. But if you're in like the in-between, like a suburban area where like there's not crazy amount of people, but you still like know everyone who lives on your block, and like people who like go to the grocery store, you see people out in your neighborhood at like functions and schools and things like that. So there's more of a community built. Like I think in the big cities it's like oversaturation, or the complete opposite in rural where it's undersaturation. So it's like
New York is like that. You feel like you're all alone in a city full of people. It's very weird.
Well, fuck New York. I can't deal with New York at all. Like, I can visit. I can never live there, truthfully. So, hey, what up? Shout out to New Yorkers. I love you guys. I'm just being real. And then again, I do come from Florida, so take everything with a grain of salt. What has been stand-up like here in LA? Being an LA native and like coming up through USC and stuff. First of all, when did you get the stand-up bug? How did that happen? What inspired you to get on stage?
So it was last year in August, last year in May, I decided, 2017, sometime recently, I decided to enroll in a stand-up class at USC because they bring comedians in who will be our professors and help us write, help us get on stage. Yeah, it's really cool. It's in the drama school. I'm not a drama student at all. I acted once in my friend's
We've all had that one
film.
time.
I acted once in my friend's film to apply to USC, and she swears that I am the reason she did not get in. But I love the attention, so I kept going back for it. And so I joined this class with about 20 kids, and we would get up every week. And then I actually just recently turned 21.
Hey, congrats.
Hey, shout out.
I look 1,000, but
no.
So the comedy scene was kind of weird because obviously a lot of open mics and stuff are at bars and shows as well. Even if you're performing, you need to be 21. So I would sneak myself into bars like the bar in the back of Cantor's, like stuff like that I knew I could get in.
Kibitz room.
Or go to people's houses for open mics.
That was a good one.
That's easy.
Comedy. What was the website? Comedy Bureau? Is that what it is?
Or I know Marty Wurst, the mic. He does mic reviews on Instagram.
That's
I like
right.
reading those because, as a woman comedian, I like knowing the vibe before I go in because
Just show up somebody's house in Midtown for a fucking.
There's also a lot of racist, sexist comedians out there. Hate to put them on blast, but actually, no, I don't. I don't hate to put them on blast. But when I go to a show, I want to know what to prepare for, as well as feel safe in the environment. Because I have gone to a lot of shows before that I've needed to take a few week break after because men in the audience will be creepy or weird to me, or old dudes who, or even if not that, just because they're older man, they think that they can come up to me and give me advice.
Give you advice.
Bring
you in real close. And
even though they're telling stories that their daughter just wouldn't listen to at the dinner table, so that's why they got into comedy.
Okay, it's like, look here, sweetheart, back in Penang, I was a sergeant chief, and I'm gonna tell you, when I told jokes to the soldiers who were dying. Yeah, I get
it's ridiculous, but the comedy scene is definitely interesting. Being a woman, just because you have to kind of like do some research before you go places, I usually make people go with me. I'm also super paranoid because I used to work in crime TV, like murder TV.
Wait, so you know how to kill somebody then, don't you?
Yeah,
Well, don't we all?
How to stop cops from coming on for a little while.
We should have had you help out Jesse Smollett.
You probably could have used a little advice on the execution.
But
So you have to take people with you when you go out for security reasons and all that?
I
rapey old
like
dudes?
to. Yeah, not even for that, but just so that they don't talk to me. Like, I'm not necessarily threatened by a lot of people, but just so that I don't have people making comments to me.
Well,
Nice.
I mean, this is what I bring up again about the open mic scene. Like, you're not going to get, when you start, like, doing spots regularly at, like, the Factory or the Improv or any of the, like, the established clubs, you're not going to run into that because, A, you're going to have security, you're going to have other people that are hosting shows, that you'll have, like, friends that are peers that are going to look out for you, and you're kind of, like, separated from the audience anyways. You don't interact. Like, there's a green room, there's a backstage. Like, you know, it's not like you walk through the audience to get on stage, but that's about it. Maybe after the club you see them outside or something like that, but it's very insulated and you can avoid it. There are barriers for that, whereas in an open mic it's like the wild fucking west. Like you don't know what you're walking into, what the content is going to be, what it's going to be about. I mean,
you're about to witness a seismic event.
Daddy, can you put on Skipback's radio?
No, go to bed.
Okay, yeah, that's the promo.
Bing, bing, bing. Welcome to the SCC Stand
I'll
Up.
be doing my thing. Anyway, that's that right there. Let's go ahead and check out our next segment, which is MPOTP Sports, and we're going to bring up some Philadelphia sports teams, check them out for a little bit, take another break, and then come back and finish up with our Philadelphia biography of the week. Let me see here. One moment, my loves. Oh, my back has been killing me all day. I don't know if any of you guys are like cigarette or weed smokers, but if you ever cough, every once in a while you're going to get a pain in your back or in your chest that you can't feel because it feels really deep. So one day I called a doctor. This is a total tangent, right? But one day I called a doctor because of the pain, and I got it right now in my back. And what he told me is your body has layers, right? Layers of muscle. So sometimes when you cough, you strain not the outside muscles, but you strain some of the inside layers. So every once in a while, I'll strain one, and oh God, it is like, it feels like somebody basically just has a knife in my back all day. But whatever, right? Gotta gangster through it. I love the lighting now. I'm gonna keep that TV off until I plan around it, because I'm gonna do videos on it on another show. Anyway, let me get back on track here. Share this page. Let's see what else we got going on. All right, so let's see what's up with the stinking Sixers. Talking about Joel Embiid and that low management shit. Oh yeah, that low management shit is designed to fuck over people just like Embiid. Oh, you want to be the MVP? All right, bitch. You ain't gonna slick your way to it, motherfucker. All right, where's the NBA? I'm lost. And all right, I'm so lost. 1 second, guys. My fault. This is my fault. This is all my fault. All right, so we're in the standings. We are third in our division right now in the playoffs. We are fifth in the East. Actually, we're 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, fifth in the East. These other guys are on the bubble for the playoffs, but we are officially in. But we do play the higher teams on the road. What we want to do is get to the fourth or third spot. So we're one spot away from where we want to be as a team. 29-17. Let's stop this video. Yeah, let the commercial play. Okay, about that. Hit this right here off. All right, so we lost our last game to Golden State. So recently, Joel Embiid's been hurt. Now, Joel Embiid loves to score a lot of points. So I'm a Philadelphia bitch and moan. Matter of fact, where are the player team stats at here? So we are middle of the range in the league and everything, but we do score a lot. So that is positive. Of course, you know, the roster is all the guys, Paul Reed, Embiid, Bamba, KJ Martin, Lofton. We got Kenny Lofton Jr. on the team. That's that big fat kid from Memphis. Yo, I like this young boy right here. I like this young boy. We need to get him on the court. 6'6", 270. Yo, Kenny Lofton Jr. be balling. But he never got any time in Memphis. I think it's because he probably had a bad attitude. He was a fat ass. He wouldn't lose weight like they asked him to. Because I bet you they told him, you're like Zion, but you're not as athletic. We need you to get down to like 245, 250, right? And what he's probably thinking is, no, that's going to change my whole game. Because my whole game is based on using all of this 275. But what they're telling him is, well, yeah, they'll work for a while, but with the intensity of the game, you're going to get hurt. So they're not letting him play. But he's a Sixer. Fuck, man. Get Kenny Lofton on the court, y'all. Let the young boy run, man. I like Kenny Lofton Jr. He think he got game. He think he a little fat, light-skinned Embiid, man. Kenny Lofton Jr. I don't know if he's related to the baseball player, but that's a cool kid. I didn't know he was on our team. Of course, you got Tobias, Markieff Morris, Kelly Oubre, Daniel House, Nicholas Batum. You got a lot of players. Furkan Korkmaz, Jaden Springer, Melton, Council. Damn, Pat Bev. We got a deep ass squad. Maxie Smith. You know, you forget, you don't realize how deep the squad is. You be thinking it's just like 10 or 12 people. It's a lot of niggas, like 20 motherfuckers. But anyway, that's what's going on with those guys. League-wise, we're doing the best we can. Now, okay, so now it's time for me to complain a little bit. So, this whole Joel Embiid getting hurt bullshit, right? Joel Embiid is a good player. But I think people, God, it's Sixer fans, shit, Laker fans, Clipper fans, and Dallas fans. And I'm sure there's other fans like this. They are so solely focused on, like, beating one team. So, for example, Clipper fans only want to beat teams like New York and Boston. Or they want to beat teams like, or the Clippers focus their whole thing on beating the Lakers. But the Lakers will be like one of the worst teams, so you'll build your team around beating a shitty team. Like, what? Just so you can talk shit in the city? I was like, no, beat everybody else and win the championship, you stupid fuck. Talk all the shit you want. Lose to the Lakers both times. Who gives a fuck? Lose to the Lakers all 4 times. Win the championship. Idiot. Anyway, but they seem like they realize that now. But Sixer fans get like that too. We always want to have a star. Philadelphia fans love the one-star concept. I'm going to teach you guys something. Let me look and see what my camera looks like, because I'm going to give you guys a little... this is my editorial for the day right here, matter of fact. Got my little tea right here. Got my green tea in here from my Eternal Life video from earlier. But I'm going to do an editorial for you guys right here. Philadelphia fans have what I call the head nigga in charge single star complex. We can't stand having more than one top guy. When Iverson was there, if anybody else was good, we had to run him off. When T.O. came with McNabb, we had to pick between T.O. and McNabb. When Embiid came, it couldn't be Harden and Embiid. It was either Harden or Embiid. And you see what's left. Embiid. You're going to watch him drop 70. I don't give a fuck about him scoring 70. Fuck that 70 points. Fuck your 70 points, Joel Embiid. Win a goddamn championship. Stay healthy. And maybe you need to lose a few rounds. Because honestly, your ass looks a little fat. You're not muscular, nigga. You're fat. You kind of look like a big booty bitch that's 7 feet tall. I'm just saying. No homo pause. I don't know. It's the NBA. If it was Dwight Howard, he would say homo pause. So whatever, right? Point is, dude, focus on the chip. You have a good team. Don't do that LeBron James little pussy shit. My team ain't good enough. I need to get another star. No, you don't. You got plenty. This is why they made all the rule changes, you bitches. That whole switching niggas out like you Deion Sanders with a transfer portal shit is over. That whole not playing all year, that shit is over. That whole one selfish play, that shit is over. They've changed the game. You guys have made them do it. And it's going to get hard. Sooner, in a few years, one of two things is going to happen. Either the big three is going to blow up because they're going to have physical full court basketball. Or what will happen is the NBA is going to go back to physical basketball because people are getting tired of this jump shooting bullshit. So right now they're just trying to force people back to team ball because that's why the Denver Nuggets are winning, because the Denver Nuggets play team ball. They got one main star, side star in Murray, and then everybody else is kind of like reformed stars and old role players and guys who never really turned out to be as good as they could be. My head's itching. But anyway, I'm going bald too, guys. See it up there? I should put this like that. Yeah, I'm not going bald, y'all. I'm not going bald. I'm not Jada Pinkett. I don't got alopecia too. Actually, I got alopecia like Jada Pinkett. So I can make jokes about Jada Pinkett. Yeah, Jada Pinkett, you punk motherfucker. I'm stupid. Anyway, let's get back to me bitching about Joel Embiid and the Sixers for another 6 minutes. I think we have a great team. I'm glad we got rid of Doc Rivers. Shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks ruining their chances of winning a championship by adding Doc Rivers when you had a 30-something and 13 record. You were second in the league. What the fuck are you thinking? Fuck, who's sucking the wrong dick up there, right? Anyway, no homo pause, or if Dwight Howard's here, homo pause. That's what Dwight Howard would say. Don't judge me by Dwight Howard's motives. I say no homo pause. Dwight Howard says homo pause. It's a weird thing. Don't get me into it. Call Dwight Howard. Don't call me. But we got a good team. But it's like the Lakers. The Lakers got a bomb-ass roster, but these niggas can't use it for shit. It's like your homeboy that's got a 99 team, and you whoop his ass all the time, and you let him pick your team. You out there with a 76 team whooping his ass. You out there like the Atlanta Hawks with the Lakers. You out there with a shitty squad whooping a motherfucker's ass. Because the coach knows what the fuck he doing. Now, Nick Nurse is a good coach. But I don't know, is Joel Embiid a fucking crybaby? Because he's always pounding. He's always walking up and down the court slow. He's always dropping his head. He's not an upbeat team leader. And neither is LeBron James. I don't know. Is this correct? Kevin Durant, what is with these new superstars that aren't leaders or tough guys? Our superstars were also the leader and the tough guy. Michael Jordan was a leader and a tough guy. Michael Jordan is known for getting fights during the game, not during the game, almost during the game. Is that not true? Once a week, Mike was about to get into it with somebody, right? Patrick Ewing would get into it. Reggie Miller has fought Kobe Bryant and several other people, and Jordan too, I believe. Think of every great star previous to this new group since LeBron James. LeBron James like this. It's like these new pussy nigga stars. What's this pussy nigga star shit, right? You need to be a leader. You need to demand your men. You need to command them. They should almost fear you when they get on the court. Like, oh my God, if I fuck up tonight, Joel is going to be down my fucking throat after the game. Again, no homo pause. If Dwight Howard was here, homo pause. Don't blame me, blame Dwight Howard. Anyway, we got a few more minutes here left in my rant. But the Sixers can do it. I think they can win. But I think they really need to learn how to win a game with Joel Embiid scoring 16 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, and 5 blocks. When the Sixers can win a game like that, with Joel Embiid not putting up 30 shots, but maybe putting up 18 shots, 20. Because the game plan just didn't, people, they were just quadruple teaming them all night. But don't go out there with all this crossing. I'm sick of watching this big nigga dribble. Yo, big ass, I'll take your fucking cookies, nigga. When my knees used to work 30 years ago, actually, I'm 48. 20 years ago, actually, my knees worked until I was about 32. So when my knees still worked 16 years ago, I'd have took your big cookies. And I'm going to tell you something about tall niggas that I learned as a really good defender. This was my best skill as a basketball player. And I am 6'4", by the way. My best skill was I knew how to time your dribble. So if you are a really tall player, there's only but so low you can get to the ground. So all I would do is, your long ass arm is dribbling. All it takes is 2-3 dribbles before I can see when by your third dribble, if you don't shoot the ball by your third dribble, I'm going the other way and hanging my big ass from the rim. And I don't, but they put big people on them. No, they need somebody who need to go up and take his fucking cookies. Somebody need to go up there and take that nigga cookies. Third dribble, take Joel Embiid's cookies. I swear to God, if you can play D, third dribble. This is a tip to real defenders out there who love basketball. Third dribble. And you know what you can do? I'm going to give you another tip. All right, so that's another thing I'm going to add to my sports thing. A defensive tip of the day. So here's a defensive tip on how you can set yourself up to get a game-winning block or steal at the end of the game, right? So let's say you never played somebody, or maybe you don't know their game. So you still want to play good defense, but don't try overly hard early where you get burnt. Let him prove his game. Let him prove his jump shot. Let him prove his post game. See where he likes to get the ball. What you're doing is not only figuring him out, but you're also figuring out how does his teammates pass him the ball. Because you ever notice people come to get the ball and they always throw him the ball across the top. And you see somebody towards the end of a game, they always running like steal it like a cornerback in football. That's because all game long, they've been watching them do that same pass. Well, eventually, since you haven't jumped at it all day, they think you're not going to jump at it for the rest of the game. So one of the two players is going to be kind of bullshitting when he goes around to get the ball. It's kind of like a player in football who doesn't run his route hard or block hard because he knows the play isn't coming to him. So they'll kind of be like, all right, well, I'm going to get this pass here. He's let me catch it all game. So they'll be kind of like, all right, give me the ball. And the other guy, but all right, and then you just, give me. Defense is a head game. There's techniques. I'll give you an offensive tip. So that was my defensive tip. See what your man likes to do. Bait his teammate. Time his dribbles. And then at the end of the game, when you really need to win the game, let me finish this defensive tip. When you really need to win the game, remember your timing of the dribble that you watched all game. Remember the moves that you know he likes to do. And then the rest of that game, you force him to places he doesn't want to go. Oh, if he likes to get the ball in this one spot, you're not going there, bitch. Oh, you're going to go. If you always go right, oh, bitch, you're going left today. Oh, you don't like to shoot jumpers? Oh, you're shooting jumpers today. Oh, you like to draw? Or whatever. You don't like to draw? You don't like contact? I'm going to figure out what you don't like. And I'm going to start doing it to you in the later parts of the game. And then I'm going to really turn it up at the end when we need it. When I've been just kind of setting you up all game. You want to use that to steal balls from other people and the person and take advantage of them at the end of the game to make big blocks, big steals. And it's a mind fuck. And it's the same thing on offense, which I'm going to talk about right now. The inverse of that, the offensive player. You're doing the same thing to the defender. You're checking him out. You're figuring him out. You're seeing what he likes. You're seeing what he doesn't like. Does he like it when you get physical with him? Does he like it? No, does he like to run? Does he not like to run? Is he bad at playing off-ball defense? See, some guys are really good what they call on-ball defenders, where if they're right in front of you, they can kind of do their thing. But some people, if once the ball is not near them, they might know where you are, but they don't know where the fucking ball is. And this is why you see in the NBA people making all these cool passes right by people's faces, because the guy had his back turned. If you want to make dope passes, look for the person's head to be turned. And this is the same thing in football when looking at a cornerback. If you're looking downfield and your receiver's looking back, but the cornerback is looking still downfield, you can throw the ball right by that cornerback's ear. He has no idea it's coming until he sees the receiver's hands go up. You got to do the same thing in basketball. And that's what great passing is. And that's a tip for great offense. And remember, set your offense up piece by piece. And here's a tip for you to get your scoring on track before we go on this sports segment. Always go for an inside layup first before you start shooting jump shots. It sets the mental range in your mammal natural mind. Unconsciously, when you make that layup or you take that little easy shot that you get early, and you may get fouled, by the way, and get some early fouls on other teams and their big man as a plus. Your brain is now mentally set. So if you do come out for your next shot and get a three, you're probably going to wet that bitch unconsciously, because you already made a layup and your body is like unconsciously set in the distance from your experience of the game. So those are my NBA tips. That's the end of My Part of Town Sports, sponsored by Yahoo Sports. I think that's all we need to talk about. Who else is playing? The Eagles. We already know what's going on with the Eagles. The Eagles fucking choked. They're retooling for next year. Baseball is tooling up. You saw the video earlier about the Phillies and Bryce Harper going through surgery. It's the same story every year with them. All right, that's it. So we're going to take another short break, come back at the 15, and we're going to finish up with our Philadelphia bio. Hope you guys enjoyed those sports tips. If you like sports or basketball or tips on defense and offense, go back in the video and check it out. I'm going to go ahead and play another, break video for a few minutes. We'll go to, the 45 mark, so 12 minutes from now. We'll come back. We'll do our Philadelphia bio, Mr. John Karabi, who apparently is a musician. We'll check his bio out, see what's going on. I'll talk some shit and whatnot, and then we'll get the fuck out of here, get some rest. Thank anybody who is or not has watched or will watch in said future. So let's get up a quick video. So we already did a talk video, one of my TED Talks. We watched an interview on Skip Bags Radio where we talked to a comedian. We need some kind of variety. What do you guys think we should do here? It's comedy skit videos. That's what we should do. I'm going to play comedy skit videos for about 10 minutes, or I'll find one long one. Oh, you know what? Since it's political time, I'll play one I think we made about Donald Trump with some of my homies. Actually, I don't know. One moment, guys. My dumb ass. I don't know how to use a computer. All of a sudden, I don't know how to use a fucking computer, right? There you go. Dumbass. Skibbity bop. Right to here. Hit the video. Then move around. Get to the place where I hit the click. And then we're going to take a break for a few motherfucking minutes. Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Where are some of our longer ones? Okay, we'll play this one since it's political season. Everybody likes or dislikes Donald Trump, whatever the fuck, right? Let's check it out. Let's get it up here. You guys can watch this for a few minutes. We'll take a break, come back, finish out the show.
Have lots of dogs in the White House that you're afraid your son might shoot the dogs.
We'll run that back so we can get it from the beginning and y'all can get all that. What the fuck did I do wrong there? Oh, let me refresh. What the fuck is going on? There we go. The fuck, right? YouTube hating on a real nigga.
I'm here with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump has very nicely agreed to do an interview with us radio folks today, even though this is a TV interview, and we're very happy to have him. Thank you very much, Mr. Trump. We really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
My first question has to do with Governor Chris Christie. What role would Chris Christie, now that he is head of your transition team, be in your administration?
Well, that's a very good question. I like Chris Christie very much. He's a very good friend of mine, and we're very close. We hang out a lot. And to be honest, I don't think Chris Christie is a politician. I don't think he's a very good one. I don't think he should be in politics. I should think he'd be a great chef. He'd be a wonderful chef. He actually looks like he should be on a front of a pizza box. Like
but he's in charge of your transition team.
Yes, he is, but I don't think he really should be. I mean, Mike Pence made that decision, not me. But if it was up to me, I'd put him on the front of a DiGiorno's pizza box, give him a mustache, like one of those big, silly Italian mustaches. And then when he comes into the White House, of course, there'd be a job for him somewhere, probably in the kitchen, in all honesty.
What if he wouldn't take that job in the kitchen?
I would forcibly give him the job. He would have no choice. We got him right here. Let's ask him. How would I employ you? Come here. Come here. How would I employ you? Chris, how would I employ you in the administration? He doesn't like being picked up, Chris Christie. He's very independent.
I think he is very independent.
Very independent.
Yes.
He is. I like him very much, though. He's very cute.
Can you tell us a little bit about the role that Mike Pence would play in your administration?
Of course, Mike Pence is a fabulous person. I like him very much. Obviously, I made him my vice president. Should I get into the White House? And I think Mike Pence will just do normal vice president things, hang around in the Oval Office, hang out with all the people that come through there, get coffees and teas for everyone, strudels, pastries, breakfast muffins, those sort of things. I don't know if he knows how to make espresso yet. I don't know if he's been trained, but I'm going to make sure that previous to being in the White House that he is trained, because I personally like a macchiato in the morning. Macchiato, I'm not sure if you know what that is, but a macchiato it's a delicious shot with just a little foam on the top, and I like it very much. And if he could do that, learn to do that, it'd be very nice.
But you want a vice president to be making you macchiatos?
Well, preferably. I don't know what else he's going to do there.
Some people believe that Mike Pence is more anti-gay than you are. Why would you choose somebody who was so anti-gay?
That's a very good question. And the thing is with anti-gay is anti-gay marriage. You see, I love the gays. I don't want them to get married, though. I love the gays. The gays love me, in all honesty. But I don't think they need to get married. To be honest, I don't know why they need to do that. The gay culture has always been somewhat of a rebellion, and I don't see the need to now have a white picket fence and get married like the rest of us. I've been married many times, and if I was to give any advice to any gay person, it would be like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay, well, speaking of marriage, you're now on your third marriage. And Laura Bush really supported literacy when she was First Lady. Michelle Obama, childhood obesity. Do you know what your wife would make as her signature issue if she was First Lady of the United States of America?
I think Melania, a great signature issue that she could have is a great pair of tits.
Excuse me?
A great pair of tits.
But what would that do for America?
Well, what can a great pair of tits not do for America?
Well, how is that going to help poor people or young children growing up?
Well, give them something to look up to and aspire to. And, for a young man, he'll be like, I want that in my life, somewhat of a model mentor wife figure. And for women, that is what an ideal pair of tits looks like, and they would know that.
So if she was First Lady, she would be promoting great pairs of tits.
Great pairs of tits, really great ones.
Okay, wow, this is really quite a surprising interview, Mr. Trump.
You're welcome.
Can you also say, you say now your wife would be promoting a great pair of tits. What role would the rest of your family have, your sons, et cetera? They've been very active in your campaign once you reach the White House.
That's a very good question, and thank you very much for asking it. You're doing a wonderful job. My family are wonderful. It's going to be fabulous to have them in the White House should I get there. And there's going to be many great jobs for them. Donald Jr., I think, would make a great Secretary of State. I think he'd be great for that job. Eric, doesn't quite have the brains of Donald. I'd maybe make him in charge of special needs kids in the United States.
But let me just stop you for a second. Since JFK promoted RFK to be the Attorney General, I think it's not legal anymore to have your relative have a cabinet secretary job.
No, we'll see about that. We'll talk to lawyers and see what we can do. There's got to be a way to get him in there. But either way, once he's a part of that, Eric, I think, would be excellent as head of education for special needs children. He's not so smart, Eric. He's a little bit slow. He's a very sweet man, but he's a little bit slow. But it'd be great, that kind of job, because it's not too hard. You're just kind of deciding what they're going to color in for the next week or the next year.
Does Eric know that you think he's slow?
Well, I wouldn't say that to his face.
You're saying it to the world.
That's a very good point. Well, hopefully, he's probably not. He doesn't watch the news. He doesn't watch the news. But he's very sweet. We're going to have lots of pets there for him in the White House, lots of dogs. He loves dogs. He's great. He plays with all the pets. He goes around. You just can't give him a gun. You give him a gun, it's all over. He loves guns. It's not good, but don't give him any guns. He's very sweet, though.
What would he do with a gun?
Well, he might shoot the dogs, the White House dogs. And we're going to have many dogs there for him to play with, but just no guns for Eric.
We'll be talking more about your pets in just a minute. Mr. Trump, what's the biggest charitable donation that you've actually given?
Oh, that's very hard. That's very hard because I've given so many. And I've given some very, very big ones. Very big ones. For all the cancers and the retards and the spastics.
Retards and spastics?
Yes, and the low, poor people charities that I give money to. I've given many big amounts to the charities. But I think my biggest charity, when I come to think of it, is my very presence.
Are you aware that we don't use words like retards anymore?
And this is part of my campaign. I am so against this political correctness, this whole PC thing. This is why my campaign is so on fire and it's reaching so many people, is because we're done with the PC. We're done with the political correctness. You know, PC, and I joke to my friends, PC, pussy cunts. That's what it is, and I'm done with it. I'm done with it. We're all done with it. Mike Pence, me, Chris Christie, we're all done with it.
But developmentally disabled people are entitled to vote in this country.
And I hope that they do, for me. Because what do they got to lose? They're like the African Americans. What do they got to lose? They got nothing to lose. I would do such great things for them. I would put my son in charge of what they color in for the next couple of years. The educations.
Color in?
Well, yeah, coloring in, stencils and all that, you know, special needs and what they do. They said, love to color in. That's what I heard.
Okay. Mr. Trump, you know, this is a much more personal question, but we asked a lot of our radio listeners to tell us what they wanted to know. And they wanted to know who does your hair. Do you travel with a stylist and used to share the same stylist as your wife?
Yes, of course, I travel with a stylist. I need a hairstylist. It's one of the things that I need. I got an African-American girl who does it, whose name is not coming. Let's just call her my African-American. She's fabulous. She's fabulous. But of course, me and my wife can't share one because, well, that's a lot of hair to do in a short period of time. We can't have that. But my stylist is wonderful. I take her everywhere with me. You know, it can be a little bit inconvenient because I'm in a lot of cars and planes, but it's fine because she folds right up and you can just put her in your carry-on.
Excuse me, why is it relevant that she's African American?
Well, it's relevant because, well, that's the only defining feature of her other than she's a woman. And I just don't know her name, to be honest with you.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Trump. Have you ever lied? And if so, when was that?
No, I have never lied. Lying is not part of my character. It never has been. You know, I'll tell you, a lot of my friends in high school, they used to give me a nickname because I was so truthful. I mean, I got a lot of nicknames in high school. I was, you know, tumultuous Trump, very tall Trump. They call me talkative Trump, big titty Trump because I love the big titties. Titty Trump, big titty Trump, double D titty Trump, big Dicky Donnie, sticky Dicky Donnie. And then they called me truthful Trump because, you know, I was so truthful that was my nickname.
Now, we all have our makeup done.
This is the perfect note to end it on. Sticky Dicky Donnie. Shout out to that. I'm an air chop. That homie right there. God, I can't even remember his name, but he's like actually like famous right now. And whatnot. He did a bunch of those commercials for that game where everybody does the shooting, the war game. I forget what it's called, Modern Warfare. And he was like the general sitting behind the desk, and he's got a bunch of big, like, he's just a bunch of big commercial roles, and his internet is popping, you know, and all that shit, whatever, right? But that's the homie. He's dope. I actually got a skit with him too. I'll show it another time. That's about the Pokemon craze. It was my biggest skit I was ever in, and this is before he was famous, of course. We were nobodies back then, and million views, whatever. I'm nobody. Anyway, I'm stupid. Let's finish this up. Let's do our Philadelphia bio. Mr. John Karabi. We're going to finish up the show. I'm going to go ahead and get a few links and things organized here. Bang, bang. Let's do our Philly bio segment. Finish this bad boy up. Get the fuck out of this biatch, right? Let's look up Mr. Karabi, see what he's got going on in the world. YouTube. What you got with Karabi, though? 1 second. 1 moment, my loves. I forgot. I wanted to do something. Boom. All right. For this guy. 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just seeing. Sorry, my guys. Just taking my time, getting my shit together. Taking a couple moments and we do it forever. Looking for your bio for Mr. Karobi. Poppy collar, super nigga talking like Kobe. Make your body shaped like a bitch fucking Moby. Oh wait, this one's good. It's 15 minutes long. God, I would show it, but they tried to strike me last time I did one of these. Let me find a shorter one. Oh, okay, this one's a little shorter here. Does this guy go? I don't think Mootlet Shag has ever given me a problem. Let's check him out. One moment. Pause. So, no, I never did him before. So what I always do now, 1 minute, I want to get his link. Sorry, guys. Just getting his link so I can show some respect for the fair usage of his shit. This on deck. Original video. Boom. And his name, Moochalag. Alright, there we go. One more moment, my loves. Just for skip backs. I'll take a moment while I get my moment together here. Sorry, guys. Just being getting my shit together, man. Fuck shit, man. Just getting my shit together here. I blame Caucasians. I don't think you can do that, can you? I forgot to get the goddamn page link for. Here we go. Skip backs. That's good enough. I just need to get this basic link. Bam, back to here, back to here. Oh, there you go. All right, pull it down. We're gonna. No, we'll see how this one is. We'll check it out. We'll check out a couple short ones, and then I'll make sure I just credit them properly as I do each. But for now, we got this one. I'm gonna copy this, put it on the screen too. Actually, I'm gonna copy this and paste it in all my little areas. See, one of the ways that you keep YouTube and them off your ass is you make sure you post it in all your sub comment areas and as the original video link. And usually pretty good. You know, I should do Yahoo too. Yahoo Sports. 1 second, let me grab that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just doing my thing here. Don't mind me. And who else is it? Oh, I did NBC Philadelphia too. You know, I'm going to add them all to this motherfucker. Why not, right? There it is. Alright, bam. Might as well add that too. I need to save this for the future. This is actually a great... I use these fairly consistently. Anyway, alright. Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm almost done. 2 more seconds. Alright, bam. Save, then hit the save button. Good. Alright, we're straight now. Let's get this up here. Hit share. Booyaka. Let's check out Mr. John Karabi on this guy Moochalax's page. Make sure you do like and subscribe to his stuff. Make sure I want to put it in my... I'm really overdoing it with this labeling. I don't want to make sure I don't get in any trouble because I already got a strike. It's going to be going away soon. But with all due respect, Carl's not getting fucked over. Alright, there we go. Get that up there too. We're going to overdo this shit. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put in the comment section too. I'm going to overdo this shit. You ain't going to fuck with me. Alright. I'm trying to practice my fair use game with using videos to like do my segments. Alright, so there we go. Alright. Put it all over the place. Everywhere. You got to really overdo it things sometimes. Sorry, guys. So hit like. Make sure you check it out. Let's hit play. See what you guys say.
You had a lot of fans bitching on you, and probably still, you know, on Facebook and shit. Most people don't know you shared stage with Vince. What was it on some rock boat cruise?
Yeah, it was called the Motley Cruise. I went with Rat, and it was Vince Neil, Rat, Skid Row, and Slaughter. And you know, it's funny. When I was leaving the band, they were bringing Vince back. I was actually helping them finish the Generation Swine record. So there was many occasions that Vince and I sat and talked to each other. And the thing that a lot of fans don't understand is that Vince holds no ill will towards me personally at all. He knows.
Why should he?
Yeah, I was offered a gig and I took
all
it.
these rock and roll dudes be having beef.
They
They always break up. We had creative differences. It's because they fuck the same bitch. You know they fuck the same bitch. That's what it's all about.
Chill out. The only thing that irritates me about that whole thing is, you know,
I gotta clown a little bit.
I've never said
Hold on. I
that
gotta clown a little bit. For some motherfucking rock and roll dudes, this nigga is sensitive as fuck. This must be when they older and like, nah, we gotta find something. Like, I need more biography based shit. Give me a sec. Okay, let me see. Let me check out the 80s metals recycle bin. They probably talk about it here. Let me see. I'm gonna switch up a little bit. Sorry, guys. Well, that was good. We got a little bit of that video. We got to hear him talk a little bit, so we got to see him. He's from Philly, supposedly. I'm gonna go through his Wikipedia later too to try to get shit popping. Let me get the name of this place, and let me get a link. Hit, boom, hit that. Give me you. Give me just that. Yes. Hit save. Bring this up here. Get this past this commercial. I'll let the commercial rock a little bit, right? Fuck it. Watch the commercial, guys. Enjoy.
Pick a side. Killers of the Flower Moon. Rated R.
Oh shit. Killers of the Flower Moon, rated R. Ooh, that's from Regal Cinemas. So guys, I got a Regal Cinemas pass, which is about $25 a month. Oh, I'm also using StreamYards. Yo, the algorithm knows it. Yo, the algorithm knows I got Regal Cinema. The algorithm knows I'm using StreamYard right now. If anybody, I'm like, I should just hang myself. I'm scared. No, they know everything. They probably know what I do off camera with my penis. Oh shit, right? Alright, I'm high. Let me get over here. No, I'm not high, algorithm. I'm not high. Motherfucking algorithm. Kill a nigga. Alright, let's see what they got to say here for a second. Let this run. Let me, sorry, you can't hear me jamming.
Who might have escaped away?
John Karabi.
Well, the Scream, obviously, you know, was kind of a combination of two bands from Hollywood, Racer X, and the band that I was in. I was in a band called Angora. And we're doing well, but my band kind of imploded.
This is really him reminiscing. I'm going to just go through short portions of this, talk a little bit, let him talk a little bit. Then we're going to track down either a cleaner biography or I'm going to just go straight to the Wikipedia, finish this bad boy out. But yeah, he seems like a cool dude, fucked a bunch of chicks. Let's hear a few of his stories.
Due to the same typical story that everybody has when they come to Hollywood, you know, there was like drugs and parties. And so my band imploded, and I kind of found this guy named John Greenberg that I guess he was working with both bands a little bit, and he suggested that I start jamming with Bruce, John, or now is Juan, Scott Travis. And so we put the Scream together.
Speaking of off-camera
we got
stuff.
signed, and then Scott Travis wound up getting the Judas Priest gig, and we found a guy named Walt Woodward, and it was just really exciting. You know, we did as a band, that band. We didn't do many shows. We only did actually, we didn't do any shows. We did showcases for record labels, and we wound up getting a record deal on like 4 songs. And then they just told us to go in and write and rehearse and, get some songs together. We had the great fortune of working with Eddie Kramer for a producer. And we just had a blast doing the record. We went on tour, and it was kind of a first for everything. It's like, that band will always be like a very fond memory because it was like my first recording.
Oh, he got his cherry pop. So the Scream was his first band he was in. Let's see what the next segment is. Shout out to 80s Metal. So we go here. It says interview. Let's see what the interview portion says. He might be giving us more of a biography thing. Let's see how this goes.
I don't know what they were thinking. I can honestly say
he's smoking his shit.
When I went in, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, but like if you looked
on the
at
mic,
my
yo.
iPod, I probably have 20,000 songs on my iPod, and it's all like full catalogs of bands like Zeppelin, the Beatles, Humble Pie, Grand Funk Railroad, like all these 70s bands that I grew up, David Bowie, and I got to be honest with you, I knew about the songs that Motley had on MTV or whatever, but other than that, I was like, I was like the 80s thing.
Oh, so he got added
over
like
my head. Like I was more into.
So he's like a late Motley Crue.
What I grew up listening to.
All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Interview, New Direction. So. All right, he was on some New York. All right, let's just do his biography and get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna look up his Wikipedia. I guess he's. I don't know. I guess he's not legendary enough to have official video biography made yet. No disrespect. But what I do see is there's a Wikipedia. So I'm gonna look up his wiki right quick. My ninjas. Thanks for anybody who did watch or be watching later. Like, share, subscribe, or dislike, or say my show sucks. It's totally cool, bro. I don't give a damn. Oh, the algorithm loves interaction. You can already see that the fucking machine knows me. I'm gonna read through this guy's Wikipedia. We can get the fuck out of here. Let's change the music for his segment. So it's some kind of rock and roll. Yeah, there you go. Get the fuck out of here on this one. So, this is our Philadelphia bio for the week, Mr. John Corabi. Let me scroll this up here. Matter of fact, let me get this shared. I should turn the music up a little bit louder, shouldn't I? For his segment. Oh, hey. Hey, shout out to you 0721K10 in the house. Sliding through. Shout out. Thanks for coming through, checking out the show. Rocking with you. Thanks for being a soldier in those streets. Outstanding. Let's check out the rest of the story. I'm gonna make that big and me small. Like this. Yeah. Oh, wait, if anyone wants to look at the text on screen, they can. But let's read this. John Corabi, born April 29th, 1959, is an American hard rock singer and guitarist. He was the frontman of The Scream during 1989, and the frontman of Motley Crue between 1992 and 1996 during the original frontman Vince Neil's hiatus from the band. Corabi is considered a rock journeyman with a long list of collaborations between established acts such as Angora, Union, ESP, both with former Kiss guitarist Bruce Kulick, Rat as a guitarist, and 24/7 with his then Rat bandmate Bobby Blosser? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Early years. Let's see. Yeah, that's the shit we want. Corabi was born, again, on April 26, 1959 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He is of Italian descent. So he's a classic Philly guy, and his family is from Sicily and Calabria. You know the mob is in Philly. Oh, my God. He's probably the great or grandson of mobsters, my nigga. And they're like Oh, my friggin' grandson's a friggin' rock and roll lady. What the fuck? This goddamn 1980s goddamn twisted sister shit is ruining the kids. I tell yous. I friggin' tell yous. These kids, use kids. Use kids. It's like, Dad, it's only one of me here. Why are you saying use with an S? No, use kids. All use. It's one of me. What the fuck? That's South Philly talk if you don't understand that. Use kids. Use guys. Use guys. It's like, no, it's one of me. Why is it use guys? It's one of me, motherfucker. That shit sound racist as fuck. We the same race. That shit weird, nigga. Anyway, back to the story. So he was born. He did the Motley Crue shit. You all know about that. He had his other projects. And, Karabi has one child, a son named Ian, who is also a musician. Though his son Karabi has 2 granddaughters also. His discography is a 6-song demo tape, Let It Scream, The Motley Crue Stuff, Coordinary, Generation Swine. He also had some Eric Singer projects, Lost in Space, ESP, Live in Japan, ESP, Live at the Marquee, Union, Voodoo Land, Liberty and Justice, Brides of Destruction, 24/7, Rat, Him by Himself, John Corabi, Unplugged, Live 94, Cosi Bella, So Beautiful, single 2021, which that is recent. Your Own Worst Enemy, single 2022, which also recent. Check out his music. Revolucion with the Dead Daisies in 2015. Make Some Noise in 2016. Live Louder in 2017. Burn It Down 2018. And oh shit, that must have been right when the Pandy hit. Locked and Loaded. Holy shit, they were pissed by 2019, right? I think it was 2020 when the Pandy hit. 19, 18, 20, whatever the fuck, right? But right around there, that's when it hit. It was weird. Anyway, yeah, that's the show. Shout out to John Corabi, Philadelphia native. He's a legend in rock and roll and an Italian god. And yeah, he is still alive. He was born in what year is 59. He's been active since 88. He's a spry old dude. Hard rock and roll. Probably sings power ballads. 64 years old. 64 years young. Shout out to John Corabi, the rock god, Motley Crue frontman, and many other great groups and acts. What a great career. I am jealous, John Corabi. You're a badass, sir. I hope I can one day have a great story like that when I die. Well, actually, I'll probably never die. Oh, I'm from Philly, Tan. I'm a Philly guy, man. I'm from Philly, but I'm in Los Angeles right now and whatnot. So that's where I'm from. And whatnot. Shout out to Japan, man. Oh, shout out to Japan, man. I want to go there one day, man. Everybody tells me that Japan is the shit. Like all the little rappers, like they all like in the basketball players. Hey, man, Japan is shit, man. They like it. It's cool over there. It's cool over there. I'm like, all right, well, I rocks with Japan. Fucks that. Do your thing, man. Great job, man. Thanks for checking out the show once again, brother. Glad you followed. Way to ride. Team game right there. And now I'm about to hit the streets, you guys. If you have had a chance, go also follow. I always say it. I'm gonna say it right. 0721 K10. You gotta say it like it sounds like a radio show. 021. Oh, what is it? 0721 K10 radio. I like it. 0721. It's like a rapper name. I'm 0721 K10. 0721. 0721. 21. That's like the 21 Savage in Japan. 0721 K10. That's the 21 Savage from Japan. But go follow 0721 K10 out in Japan, rocking it out and being a team soldier. Have a great night, great morning. It's probably early over there. It's probably the opposite time. Whatever you're doing, have a great one and the best 2024. And hope to see you on the internets and maybe even one day in real life. That'd be dope, right? Let's keep rising to the top as a gang. All right, let's get some final words and get out of here. I always say final words before I leave, guys. Love is good. Life is better. You better do something that's going to make you last forever. Just like Mr. John Corabi, you want to be remembered. Because even though your family and your friends love you, many of us do not know our great and great grandparents' names, and it's because nobody told us about them. And one day you'll be great grandparents and not be told about. Put your name in stone. Live forever. Yeah. We out. My Part of Town podcast. We in the streets. Thanks for watching. We gone.